But all right, we
Hey,
are
Mac.
live now. Hello, hello, chat.
Oh,
Hello. Thank you, chat, for
hello.
also being here on time too, so I can make sure and test these things out while we're also going live as well. Greetings, everybody. Hopefully, you guys can hear me loud and clear. If you can, do let me know. It'll be a great way
Yeah.
for me to figure out while I set everything up in the meantime. And we can begin tonight's session of the PokePod World Podcast once again, folks. It's going to be a fun one. I really do feel like it's going to be a very interesting session because we got a lot, and I mean a lot, to go and discuss for tonight. It is a very busy Pokemon week. If you are a big Pokemon fan, this entire presentation that happened recently and the information that we got for the Antipoke series, yeah, you got fed real good this week.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah, indeed. So, we're gonna
And
do our
also,
best to cover as much as we can, and yeah, we'll see what happens. We
yeah, and
shall see.
before we get to the Pokemon talk, I actually want to talk about a couple of things. One thing that a lot of folks here are interested in has to do with Persona because last night or this morning, whatever you want to call it, the Persona 25th Times Volume 3 was released, and it has some announcements there. So what ended up happening was well, Kuma comes on, and Teddy comes on there and runs down everything. So they announced the Persona 25th Fest, which is a fan event that's going to be taking place at the Tokorozawa Sakura Town in Tokorozawa, which is in almost said Sendai. It's not Sendai. It's blah. It still begins with S, but whatever. It's Tokorozawa. It's freaking God. The county name is fucking destroyed in my brain right now. But whatever. So it's gonna be in Tokorozawa, and it's gonna be from May 28th until July the 10th. Fucked up thing is that this trip coming up, it's gonna be about a week after I leave, which
Oh, bro.
yeah, so that's kind of stupid, but it's okay.
Also,
So
just for a fun
yeah,
fact as well, with that Persona 3 thing, it was actually kind of shown off or leaked by accident a few days before that announcement had officially dropped. But now that the official
yeah,
announcement is here, well, now we know the full date as to when it is going to go down for
yeah,
Persona. So, in terms of actual Persona game news, I think they just announced like netcode being available for PlayStation and Steam,
yeah.
which
For yeah, yeah.
Switch
For
is getting cucked, I guess, this time around
Well,
again.
I guess it's because the way the Nintendo Network works. I guess they either need more time or they can't implement it in a reasonable amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I do like the Japanese name of the software. It's called Persona 4: The Ultimax Ultimate Suplex Hold. So it's like I like that because
Such a
anything
beefy ass
any
title, bro.
well then again though all the Japanese Persona games, like the spin-off games, have some like ridiculous freaking English subtitle on it. So, Ultimate Suplex Hold, I like that. So yeah, anyway, so continuing on, so in that building they're gonna have the EJ Anime Museum, which will feature exhibitions where visitors will be able to visit exhibitions related to the world of Persona, especially the locations of the series. And there's going to be life-size one-to-one statues of the main personas for Persona 3, 4, and 5, which is Thanatos, Izanagi, and Arsene. So you'll have that, and of course merch. And then you'll also have the Da Vinci store, which is going to have some newly drawn art of the protagonist wearing store staff outfits. Then you also have the EJ Anime Hotel, which is also inside Sakura Town in Tokorozawa, which will be an original collaborations of rooms during the event, which will feature art from the Persona series protagonists and hotel staff costumes. And then you'll have missions that you would use on your smartphone. All right, then we have the Ultimax stuff. They've announced a Sega Lucky Lottery, which is going to be from March the 1st until March 31st, which is going to be at convenience stores and it's going to be for various Sega properties. So each ticket you're going to get a prize, and then the P25th party, that's the Persona based one for the lottery. And then there's going to be a Persona 25th anniversary pop-up store that's going to be happening in 3 places in Japan. The first one is going to be in it's going to be in the Marui stores, but they're going to be in 3 different locations at different times. The one in Shibuya goes from March 25th until April 4th. The one in Namba, which is just outside of Osaka, that's in Osaka because Namba is part of Osaka. Marui store from April 16th to April 24th, and then Hakata, which is in Fukuoka, Marui store from May 13th to May 22nd. So if I get to go to Japan, I'm going to try to go there, because I also have to check out the level 5 store down there too, because I've never been there. And then you're going to have so the merch is going to be available at the store is going to be new anime art for the series protagonists on acrylic stands, and you're going to have can badges and mugs and other things. So can't wait for that. So I'm pretty sure I know a couple of people that are going to be wanting this crap. So if I get a chance to get out there, then well, that means I have to freaking book a hotel in Fukuoka now. Fuck.
Yeah.
But then at the end it was announced that Volume 4, or the next announcement, is going to be in April. But a lot of people were pissed off, like, oh no, Persona 3. Yeah, but Atlas doesn't like to announce things right away. And I've seen all the memes where you have the one where the freight train hits the school bus and shit. It's.
And remember, they done this before in the past. Have we forgotten about Strikers and R when they did this shit too? It's not new. It's something they've been known to do. Y'all just keep thinking it's new. But
pretty much,
it's tradition. They like to fool you players, bro. That's just how it is.
Yeah, but I can't wait for any of these Persona merch. But the problem is, also what I didn't read in the article as well is that they're also going to have cafe stuff that's going to be in I believe in Tokorozawa during that time, but again, that's going to be after my trip, so that's fucked. I wanted to do that, but then again, though, the biggest problem about not living in that country is that you may plan dates and then you don't control when companies actually put out their stuff, so that's the kind of risk you take. So am I disappointed? Yes, but all is not lost.
Exactly. There's always an opportunity to do some things. Not all what you wanted to do anyway, but at least something,
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. So let's now move on from the Persona news because, a lot of us were expecting Persona the next generation and whatnot, but we didn't get that.
Even the Persona 3 portable remaster, which has been rumored since like maybe January.
Yeah, but rumors are rumors. Still no confirmation on that just yet. Anything's possible still, but not in this current time. So 2 things have happened within this past week. And I think the only one we're going to really be addressing in full is the Pokemon Presents that they had. Now, to clarify, to those who have been following Pokemon Week in general leading up to Pokemon Day, a lot of the announcements that were present in the Pokemon Presents are kind of somewhat rehash announcements of what was talked about during the week, with some additional little deets that were also sprinkled in, such as for Pokemon Unite, they announced that there was going to be a Pokemon full flurry battle mode or something like that that's going to be running on Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, and that mode would continue on beyond the event. And then, of course, the Cafe tie-in login bonus, and if you log into the Pokemon Cafe Remix game, you will get your hands on the celebratory crown for Bulbasaur. So these were things that kind of were talked about throughout the week, but now we got more deets about what exactly it is.
Well, it's not only, by the way, it's not just the crown. You actually get the Bulbasaur as a staff member.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The outfit, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
Crown.
but it's not a crown for an existing character. It's an actual full character.
Yeah. They call it the celebratory crown, according to what I'm reading here, which is weird, but yeah.
Yeah,
I know it's a
weird.
Bulbasaur. I'm just reading what it says here.
I know, but some people, the problem is the way that they they word it.
Yeah.
It seems like, oh, it's just going to be a crown that could go on it instead of the whole thing.
Yeah, no. It's the whole thing. Other details we got as well. A lot of Pokemon are coming to Pokemon Go on March 1st, aka tomorrow. So make sure to get excited
I'm here,
for
bitches.
that. Oh, hi, bitch. We also got Pokemon Masters EX after this presentation.
Who the bitch are you calling bitch?
Oh, man. But yeah, so what else we got? Pokemon Masters EX. If you guys play that game, you get 3,000 gems. Yay.
Yeah, Master Sex. That's right.
Exactly.
My God.
Shiny Piplup is also boosted in Pokemon Cafe Remix and will be from now for 4 days. And by that, from now, that was yesterday. So keep that in mind. Good luck getting your Shiny Piplupies.
Oh, hey, John. Is there a
Oh
reason?
my gosh.
John, you're not a part of us anymore.
Oh my god.
You broke up with us for the Champions
My contract
podcast.
was never terminated by anybody, so just putting
You
that out
cheated
there.
on us.
Holy damn. Hey, buddy, how have you
I agree
been,
with
though?
that.
What's up, John?
I was standing at the other end of the cafeteria, and I heard you guys talking about Pokemon at your lunch table, and I was wondering if we could be friends.
Yeah, you can sit with us.
No, this is a Persona podcast. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh!
Wait, TSS,
Persona.
I just got to the end of Persona, so I'm a fan.
I don't know why. I don't know why when TSS said that.
I've played 4 and 5 now, so
I don't know why when
I'm
TSS said
official.
that.
I
When
played the
TSS
best
said
one.
that. When TSS said that, I just wanted the one more to show up. The.
He thought he had
Actually,
me in a
somebody
hold-up.
did
He
do
thought
an
he had me in
edit
a
of
hold-up,
that.
and I negotiated my way out. So
Somebody did actually do an edit of that, if I remember correctly, a while back, though.
Fine, John. You can sit with us, but I want some of your tater tots.
Oh, okay,
There.
man. I mean, I got him in my pocket. Like, I don't
Yeah,
want
just,
lint.
they got like lint on them and shit.
Oh my God.
Somebody FedEx him the hot wings.
Bro. Nah, but yeah, it's good to have you here, John. We're just catching up on all the information about the Pokemon Day presentation that they announced and just getting all the little smaller things that they were talking about before, of course, the big reveal at the end.
Okay, well, all I want to say is that I need help to ratio Papa C on Twitter because he said Gen 7 was bad. So if
Now
everybody
let's
can help
go.
me
Let's
ratio
go. Let's
him-
fuck them
They
up.
called
Put
my
my
favorite
tweet
region
in the
bad.
chat.
Hold on a second.
Help me
Oh,
ratio another PokeTuber, everybody, please. I need some
Hey,
help.
hey,
I said ratio 5 minutes ago, and I've gotten 0 likes. So, like,
Hey,
you know, don't
if you
embarrass
wanna-
me.
you've called the
Jeez.
best people. If you want to ratio someone, you got to call someone who's been ratioed. I got you, homie. I got you.
Tyrone, I don't believe
ratio
for a
more
second
times.
that anybody could ratio you.
I never figured I'd say the sentence, but I've been ratioed more times than you can count, which is a ratio in and of itself.
Oh, no.
Oh, bro. Ow.
Not because it's just been rationed. That's all.
Yeah.
I can never do the ratios, bro. Because I
Let me get
am
this
the
straight.
ratio.
Let me get this straight. You think Sun and Moon was good? Yes, and I'm tired of pretending it's not.
Yeah, them pieces of shit make me spend fucking $46 for a game twice.
Damn.
90 if you did the double pack.
Oh, no.
What, you guys didn't buy the double pack for Arceus?
No, we didn't buy the
No.
goddamn.
It's not done.
I did.
Double pack for like.
Yeah, the digital and physical version. It's a
Oh my
double
God.
pack.
I can't.
Guys in the chat, don't forget that KG is the one who bought a PS5 as a paperweight. So this is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I
The
also
KG
want
thing.
to make a quick comment here. I also made it on Twitter as well. You know, there was a post that Zach did about, it's like, oh, there was the grave meme with Legends Arceus and freaking the new games, right? And I
Scarlet
said-
and Violet.
Yeah. So his problem is his logic was wrong because freaking Arceus outshined BDSP in 5 seconds.
I mean, I think what it meant, what he probably meant was once the game got out and it came into our physical hands and we played it, we only played it for like 1 month and then bam, Scarlet and Violet are like out.
Yeah, but
Wait,
same
are you
thing.
talking
Yeah,
about
but-
are you talking about Zach's tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least the Diamond and Pearl,
I think he
Diamond
just
and Pearl
meant
were
like,
remakes.
yeah, like Tyrone said, where it's like it was the least amount of time between reveal and like
Yeah.
or like release and reveal.
Yeah.
Black 2 and White 2 was close. They had like 2 months before XY
Yeah.
was real.
Mhm.
Actually, maybe a little more
Three
than that.
international, but 7
Yeah, three
from Japan.
Yeah. I think TSS what he meant was like Arceus was a new game. Like Diamond and Pearl were games that technically already exist. They were just,
I mean,
but he said main series games. But the thing is, though, because if you're basing it off of an announcement, like an announcement of the game coming out, of the game being announced after the game was already out, that statement isn't valid because, like I said, BDSP is technically a mainline game, and Arceus is a mainline game, and it was literally outclassed in 5 seconds because everybody after that freaking Pokemon Day.
It is, but everybody in the
zero.
community.
That is true. I mean, Arceus,
is.
like from the moment BDSP was announced, it was like already an afterthought.
Because literally fade to black 5
I think
seconds.
what it
later,
is, though-
boom.
Yeah.
I see what TSS is saying now. I agree.
Yeah, I do, but I think what it also is though is that people were expecting Gen 4 remakes for a while now. People were expecting Gen 4 remakes after Gen 3 remakes came out.
Yeah,
So that was pretty much a given that was going to be in everybody's pockets.
it's a rinse and repeat.
Yeah, the Legend Arceus was the new thing. Like that was the thing that nobody knew of, nobody played, nobody had any experience of. This was the new mysterious Pokemon game that we never touched. So when we finally got it, we're playing this new experience, and it's like, look at this new game with this new gameplay mechanics, and Scarlet Violet's coming out, haha, bitch. Like
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Like, damn, it's literally the hot new it chick on the block, and we just dumped the fat chick instantly. Like, that's
Damn,
how
you got
fast
fat in a
went.
month? Jesus Christ, get out of here.
Hey, Hostess cakes do our worst enemy. Listen,
You went too many. No, you went too many to Chinese buffets.
Yeah, listen. I'm just saying.
Sweet and sour sauce, motherfucker.
I think what I think Zach meant was that he was trying to say like Legend Arceus was a new experience for all of us, and we barely experienced it because Scarlet Violet came out. Diamond and Pearl is it really a new experience for us, or just an experience polished?
Definitely not a new
Quote
experience.
unquote.
Right.
Polished.
It's more of a
I just want to let you know that he didn't word his tweet correctly because it said main series.
I mean, come on, it's a tweet. Do you think anybody's thinking that far ahead? I barely think
It's
that far ahead.
Twitter, bro.
Tweet.
We always
Yeah.
got to have some sort of hot take.
Hey, that's why you always read your tweet 3 times before you
It's
fucking
not a
press
fucking
send.
essay. It's a tweet.
But you have to read it 3 times because the problem is you get regret when you press
Shit,
the
I
freaking
forget to
button.
put commas in some of my tweets. What is it? A run-on tweet? Like,
Hey, he just wanted to collect his 67,000 likes and 7,000
He wants to get
retweets
verified
and be on
ASAP.
his
That
way.
simply is that.
Man's
So
trying to get
wait, you're telling me to
verified
get
out here.
verified. We got to be controversial. I got you, homie.
Yeah, we need to like write an
KG,
article about why the
you
tweet
were
is
the
wrong,
one-
and then he can get
KG,
verified.
Kenji, you were the one who posted about the Kalos pain because of the train, and I replied to you, well, poor sour friends, and I got a bunch of likes like it, but you, goddamn man, what the hell was that?
No, everybody's calling me fool in Spanish.
Speaking of having articles written for Twitter verification, I did have an article written, and I was in it for Kotaku when they revealed the dub trailer of Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, and the entire article was about how everybody hated Hoopa's dub voice, and one of my tweets was in there. So, Twitter verification, I'm coming for you. I'm going to use that as reference if it's not been taken down.
Hey, listen, I got in comic book the website 5 times and counting. So I deserve it more than anybody.
I was already mentioned like twice, so it's fine.
look, that blue check mark ain't gonna make itself.
Yeah, damn it. But what else?
But the blue check mark means shit. That's the problem.
No.
Also,
Super follower means shit.
I just want for now that I'm seeing the icons in the chat. I just want for someone in the on the Twitch chat, because KG's Ruby and JPR's Arcanine, they are colored as Violet and Scarlet. Someone please make them the mascot legendaries. They're both canines. Come on.
Before we even go that far, I'm just sad that we never got to have a
Hey,
Hisuian
Arcanine
Pokemon.
is a legendary Pokemon. Okay.
I mean, we literally had Hisuian Zoroark and Hisuian Arcanine back to back, and we didn't do anything about it. I'm a little sad.
Hey, listen,
That's like
when
a massive
Zerun the
missed
Dene
opportunity.
came, we didn't do anything for that either.
Yeah, we were waiting. We're like, oh, Zui and Dedenne is coming.
Yeah,
So
we're
upset.
no,
He didn't even make it in the fucking game. He didn't even get in the game.
Maybe next 12 generations.
Yo,
Tyra,
yo,
you'll get
you got Weed Cat as an emote, bro? Holy shit!
It's okay. All I gotta do is just wait for Spanish de Dene and everything will be muy bueno.
Instead of the Dene, it's de Dene.
It's got like the little. It's got like the little.
The little
squiggly
squiggly
line.
line, the Dene.
Dedenne.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh man. Okay, so let's go and address that. Why don't we?
The hands will have the tails like the little waves.
Yeah.
Use El
Hey.
Nuzzle. Da da dun.
Hey, I'll have to say the telenovela trailer for Growlithe. Yeah, they hinted on it.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that should have been the biggest revelation right there, and we didn't read it.
Arceus's
and no one noticed until like yesterday.
Arceus's marketing play is so weird.
I love it
Really
though. Like, I mean, when else will you see when a Pokemon commercial will come out of nowhere and give you a jump scare at the end with the fish? Like, that shit
One of the
actually caught me
commercials-
off guard, bro. That was a good commercial.
One of the commercials is the guy going on a blind date with a chick and the bud who winds up using like sweet scent and stun spore everywhere and making him sneeze all the time. What the fuck's happening here?
And then
Like,
the other
what-
one's based off Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's my favorite. I was like,
Oh, the
my
one with
God, I can't believe
Munchlax
I
in
don't
it?
get
Yeah, that's the one with Gordon Ramsay. Much like.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why are they doing this?
I
Because
love
it's something
it, though.
that it's because it's something because it's a marketing genius because it's like it's showing that it's Pokemon that you don't know. It's like
Like
it's
you've
something
never
that
seen before.
Never seen before. So it's like completely unexpected. So it's like you're not expecting a fucking generic commercial to be about Pokemon, you know, because you're always used to seeing like either like game trailer footage or maybe animation, not
Yeah.
freaking actors. Like maybe
Or
maybe
puppets.
going back. Or puppets, or you know, it's like that. It's the marketing strategy now.
It's bizarre, but it's bizarre in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean to be
What
fair,
is
they
it?
haven't been this good at marketing it since the first like red and blue commercials.
I don't
where you had
remember Sun and Moons at all.
I don't either.
Are you talking about that commercial on the VHS tape of like the Pokemon getting on the bus and then like they get like?
Well, yeah,
screen
because that was
grabs and
actually-
they-
Oh, that was
aired.
hilarious.
that was the best commercial I've ever seen in my
Hey,
entire life.
looking
That was
back
such
at
a
that
good
commercial, it's kind of creepy. He's like, "Yo, get in," and Pikachu's like,
Yeah,
"Pika." He goes, "Yeah,
DSS just
whatever."
reached into like the crevices of my mind and pulled that out. I am so happy he mentioned that.
Unlock the memory.
because you gotta remember because remember they used to air that shit on like all the time during when Pokemon was in syndication back in '98.
Yeah, he just lets Pikachu on the bus and he goes, "Yeah, whatever." And then
Yeah,
the minute
I
he does, he
wasn't-
locks him in. He's
I
like,
wasn't
"Yeah,
around at the
got
time,
him."
School bus,
obviously, but,
yeah.
like,
And
it
also was Veronica Taylor's Pikachu voice.
yeah.
I'm
It
like,
wasn't the original.
I'm
But
like,
I remember
creepy
that
as
had
fuck.
the Primeape Goes Bananas VHS tape with also like I think it was like Haunter versus Kadabra on it as
Mhm.
well, and like that commercial was always the one in the middle, and I just fondly remember that. It was so good.
I remember the commercial in during the Ruby and Sapphire, the one where they all take a picture in the photo booth with Pokemon, but it's like people that kind of look like the Pokemon they're taking pictures with.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, I
it's a
remember
Furry
that.
commercial.
Yeah, that one. with
Yeah. That was I liked that commercial.
That was cool,
It was
though.
pretty wholesome. It's pretty wholesome. Like there's like this fat lady with a pink outfit laughing with a Jigglypuff and stuff. It's pretty nice. I like it. It was,
Wholesome.
it's wholesome. Yeah,
I
you
do
can't get
remember
mad
for
at it.
the red and blue games, like they, I think there was like two kids playing, and then they were showing like the link cable. I think Pikachu like, kind of lassoed the link cable to the other side of the apartment. And then they,
Motherfucker traded a Hitmonlee for a Caterpie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. What the fuck is wrong with you?
that one, I remember.
Yeah.
Like, I remember those commercials vividly. It's just
I was like,
like
have you lost your fucking mind? Guys, we should all do try not to laugh at fucking old fashioned Pokemon commercials.
No. Would you gotta do the whole '90s commercials, especially the fucking McDonald's commercials from the early '90s until the mid.
I kind of wanted. Well, I was hoping just the Pokemon just to keep it themed, but yeah, that
oh
works.
my
too.
god, I think
The
where's the
Luigi
one
being at
Battles
Burger
for-
King or something like that.
Yeah, for fucking 2000, yeah.
Yeah, where I think Ash like knocked the roof out or something.
Holy shit! Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god. All right, so let's go back to what was it? Before we get into the new games that were announced, one last little detail because a lot of people don't know this, despite it being talked about in the presents. If by any chance you have Legends Arceus, which I assume a lot of you, or if not all of you have, you can use the serial code Arceus Adventure to get your hands on 30 Ultra Balls, 30 Gigaton Balls, and 30 Jet Balls. So I know how crafting can be a little tight sometimes with the game, or maybe you're starting the game for the first time right now. This is going to be very handy for you in this moment. So make sure to go and use said code before it expires. Also, there was an update for that as well. Version 1.1.0 that was for free, by the way. No payment. That is called the Daybreak. And that is supposed to be something that we will be exploring a bit tomorrow. So make sure to tune in then for that. But the Daybreak is basically, think of it like just traditional horde kind of things, like in regular Arceus things, but now in the day. So yeah.
Going off of that too. One of those items, the gigantic balls. Oh, thanks for the follow.
Yes,
Who is that?
Bob Black.
Yay.
Yes, Bob Black. Thank you for the follow.
Bob Blacks.
So two of those balls, the gigantic ball, yeah, I know, and the jet ball. The jet ball, you don't even get until rank 8.
Mm-hmm.
So so that's pretty late game. So just to have that like early, jet ball is the best ball for like the flying types. It's like the most the highest flying ball that you can get, and the gigantic ball is for like the heavy ball. It's like the heaviest ball that you can. It's the best
basically
ball.
you can get level 40 mons with ease this time around.
You can get that weird flying Gyarados from right off the bat, so that's cool.
You know, that other day it was red for some reason, but I didn't really bat an eye on it. So
of course it would only be red for KG. His Switch is always messed up like that.
yeah, I did get a shiny Munchlax yesterday, so that was nice.
I think you should really send it into the shop and like get the screen changed out or something, KG, because like that seems to happen to you a lot.
I don't know, man. I think my Switch
Duat
is
was
defective.
green, so I don't know what the fuck was going on with my screen.
Man, you guys have some defective copies. Something's wrong.
Hey, want to take a look for it, buddy? I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Drop it off on my doorstep, and I'll take a look at it.
Thank you, buddy.
Also, the update also changed.
Stole your shit.
Also, the update changed the spawn location for Chatot in the.
Which is such a weird change, but understandable because that entire section is so filled with Pokemon. So just kind of like spreading it out would be a little bit better.
Because it used to spawn near the ship, and now it spawns in the actual main like grass part of it next to the ship.
Yeah, I understand like maybe why they did it to ship because it looks like a traditional pirate bird and whatnot, and I mean the movie sort of did that, so maybe that's what they were trying to go for. But they kind of overcrowded that entire section there, so. Yeah. If anybody had to move, I guess it had to be Pirate Bird. All right, but now let's get into the final really big announcement that came out of nowhere. Something I think nobody was really expecting to see, or nobody was, I shouldn't say hoping or not to see, but it became a reality. Here we are. A brand new Pokemon adventure, specifically as they title it, Welcome to the Open World of Pokemon. And that is the title of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, coming out late 2022. And we got a glimpse, just a small glimpse at the next generation, as well as 3 new Pokemon in the mix too. And this is going to be fun because now all of you guys need to start learning how to say your Spanish properly. You got to start rolling those R's. Yeah, you got to roll the R's, bro.
Bro,
No, don't sound like Chewbacca. Just
John, I hated everything you did.
So we don't want to have people sound like Pee Wee Herman, and we don't want to have people sound like fucking Chewbacca, and you got to do the R's right.
Yeah.
He said we don't want Chewbacca.
Oh no! Oh, my Chewbacca impression's so good.
10 out of 10. But let me go and take a second to talk about some of these 3 Pokemon. And I also want to give a massive shout out to my buddy Evo, who's in the chat, who gave me the deets and information that we got so far in regards to the info for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. After this, we will then go further and hear everybody's impressions on what they think of it from that point. So we got 3 new starters, a new generation, new cast of starters. We got a cat, I think a crocodile, which I'll go and elaborate a little bit more sooner, and a duck. Specifically,
Red
Booby.
Crocs, baby.
So, yeah,
Yep.
we'll get into that soon. So, the first one, how do we pronounce it? I believe there are different ways of saying it because I know some don't say, like, the pre part.
Oh, I want
and
to
they
say
just
it. I want to say it.
Okay, you want to
Oh
say
my
it?
god.
Is it the cat?
Yeah, the cat. What's the name of the cat?
Sprigatita.
Close. You said not o.
Okay, Sprigatito.
There you go. Well, somewhat like close. You got it. So sprigatito. So yeah. In case you want to know, if you separate the word gatito from sprig, and you have those two separates, you'll have gatito, which is supposed to refer to like
Yeah.
a little kitten, little kitty cat, little cat. So that's what it's meant to. So there's a lot of Spanish influence with these Pokemon that you'll see. Except for one of them. So we'll get into that soon. So yeah, Sprigatito, which is the grass cat Pokemon. So also titled Weed Cat, according to the entire world. Sprigatito. Oh, shit, I hate this so much, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah. I'm just so
V is actually working on a parody of that, by the way.
really.
I figured they would be.
Yes.
So yeah, so like we talked about, 2 out of the 3 starters have Spanish word used in their pun names. The grass starter Sprigatito has gatito, which means, of course, the little kitten or little cat. Fuecoco, which is a mixture of fuego, which is fire, and coco, or if you want to go longer with it, cocodrilo, crocodile. So
Cocodriles.
Fuecoco, it's basically a fusion
Fuecoco.
of that. Now, the duck or the booby, this one is a little interesting because it's based.
No, we don't have to raise the timer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay. This one is a little interesting because this is actually based off a Spanish mythological beast, specifically Donald Duck. And with that one, yeah, I legitimately have no idea why it's called Quacksley.
KG, I just want to interject on one thing because Quacksley looks a lot like Donald Duck from Kingdom Hearts and whatever more. I just want for in the anime for him to sound like Totodile.
I'm still tripping out the fact that KG said an ancient mythical beast known as Donald Duck.
So yeah, let's go.
That should be on the PokePod highlight reel. That was
Clip that right now.
What are the most
Johnny already
dangerous
has it
fucking?
for you.
What are the most dangerous characters in Spanish? El Diablo? No. El Chupanibre? No. El Chupacabra? No. Donald fucking Duck.
So let's go and talk about these real quick. So we got Sprigatito, the grass cat Pokemon, the capricious, attention-seeking grass cat Pokemon. Based on some dug-up research, it seems to be based on a Iberian lynx, a cat-like species that live in grasslands in southern Spain. In Spain, lions also act as a coat of arms, so regardless, it will evolve into something strong, or it could evolve into something feminine, like Meganium. This also means that Kuro's theory about evolving into Saber-tooth Tiger is right on the money. So,
Yes, sir.
insert Incineroar 2 is dead memes here, according to what Evo says. Alright, Fuecoco, the Fire Croc Pokemon, the laid-back Fire Croc Pokemon that does things at its own pace. Based on some dug-up research, it seems to be based on the mythical legend of Coco / Cucafera, which is a Niberian dragon, but considering it's designed based off a ghost pepper, people seem to believe it's based on the concept of De los Muertos, based on the skull shape on its face. And then last but not least, Quacksley, the most non-Spanish name out of all. I hate that so much. There's nothing Spanish about that name, bro.
I'll explain why.
Yeah,
later,
I know,
but
don't worry. Quacksley, the duckling Pokemon. The earnest and titty duckling Pokemon. Oh wait, why is there 2 Ds? No, it's a 1D. Tidy duckling Pokemon.
He just wanted it to be.
Tell you why there's 2D.
I know.
Yeah, no, because theoretically this is based off Booby, so I mean, I'm not that really off with what I
too
said.
far off the mark.
Actually, and the funny
Exactly,
thing, that
you know.
bird is more so found like in the tropical islands, like.
Yeah. So allow me to continue with this one. Based on some dug-up research, its name could be based on 2 ideas: Don Quixote, and what's more likely, auxiliary. Auxiliary means a vessel with a supporting role, but not armed for combat. Given the reoccurring theme of water starters based on weapons in later gens, this might be the likelier case. And theory that Ebo puts at the end, based on new patterns, the next time we'll hear news will probably be either the week of May 27th or June the 3rd, based on the patterns of the last few years, excluding BDSP and PLA.
I want to comment on Fuecoco for a little bit.
The Ghost Pepper Pokemon?
Yeah, well, shit, never mind, you said it all.
Oh, okay, well.
I was gonna say I didn't like its design at first because I thought it looked like an apple at first.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Like a sliced apple, right?
Yeah, I looked at it and then I was like, "Oh, Coco!" Like in the movie Coco when they wore the little mask, and that was for the Day of the Dead. And it looks like the green thing on its head is the pepper stand. It's a pepper. It's a fucking pepper. It's a goddamn ghost pepper. It's gonna be a fire ghost type. Got it.
Yeah. So they are maybe Typhlosion paved the way and Chandelure as well. So I suppose.
maybe.
Also, the trailer didn't do any justice because it was like kind of painted, but once they revealed like the actual pictures, they're like,
yeah, they looked way brighter. So I was like, oh. Shit.
Well, that's because this is what happens when you're a security guard in freaking Shibuya trying to fucking go into a room.
And your only light source is a flashlight.
Flashlight, yeah.
Now, some other go on.
Your only light source is a flashlight.
Can we talk about why the security guard was trying to break into Game Freak's office and steal?
He wanted a Detective Pikachu 2 game.
No, it was security. He didn't break into anything.
Yeah, he saw that something was a little off pattern because that door is not supposed to be open, bro.
Lie.
That door was not supposed to be open. Somebody left it open. Also, why does one of the Game Freak rooms look like that? That's another question I want to ask.
They don't tell you how to do your job. Don't tell them how to do theirs.
You got a fair point, buddy. Can't argue with that logic.
Also because originally that trailer looked like fucking Detective Pikachu because of the fucking coffee.
It really did.
Yeah, because
I thought it was going to be the new Netflix series that they keep talking about.
Well, we already know that the Pokemon Detective Pikachu sequel, the movie
scrapped,
anyway,
yeah,
was scrapped. So maybe that also kind of went under the rug alongside with Pokemon Sleep, which was nowhere to be found, by the way, in this present as well.
Yeah.
So we don't know. In fact, I think
the game.
Yeah, there was no new spin-off announcement with this one. It was just updates on previous titles that we already had and known about. So kind of sad on that part, but whatever. Gen 9, that's the big talk of the town for tonight. However, the weirdest thing I think everybody can agree on as well with this one is just that we once again reverted back to like knowing about the Pokemons and their existence, but only through a PNG file of the starters anyway. We haven't actually seen their model designs as of this point, so they're still keeping a lot of this game under wrap. Maybe there's just more things behind the scenes regarding these models that they want to keep, hidden from us. In fact, we didn't even get to see like how trainers battle and whatnot. We saw Lucario do an animation. We don't know how the gameplay mechanic even looks like. All we just know is that we are what looks to be a fusion of worlds in one region here. So I want to go a little more further with some of the stuff that Ebo had written down, and then we'll go and begin our discussion for tonight, if you don't mind. So, Pokemon Scarlet / Violet notes. Region seems to be based on both Spain and Portugal. Poor girl. The reason it is called Scarlet and Violet is because of the colors on the flag, scarlet, yellow, and violet. It's going to be weird when the third version ends up being called yellow then. This is also why the letters have yellow. Yeah, exactly. This is why the letters also have yellow borders over them. The Japanese logo seems to have a mysterious star-shaped crystal similar to the shape of Arceus. While gimmicks have alternated the last 3 generations between evolutions and moves, PLA has already done a move gimmick. What else might be in store? This game is open world as listed on the website and also mentioned through Twitter as well. Like Sun and Moon / Ultra Sun and Moon, outfits may face a similar situation based on the images of the main protagonists. Scarlet will have warm colors and Violet will have cool clothes. Speaking on main protagonists, the humans seem to have resembled the style of new Pokemon Snap, but in 2D resemble more like movie 21/23's art style, which is interesting for him to say that bit there, but we'll get more into that when we get further into the discussion. One piece of background detail I will mention that isn't obvious is the types we see on the ground in the city. It is a reference to the Portuguese sidewalk. As for the trailer itself, there's many points in the trailer that shows grapes and oranges, including the crest by the doorway. Oranges are native to the Mediterranean, and grapes reference the wine industry that is big in Spain, particularly sangria. Now, on to the meat and potatoes with better spacing. You are able to catch Pokemon everywhere in the game, from the sea and skies to the streets and towns. There is no limit. Like Sun and Moon / Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, these games will be compatible with Pokemon Home. A recent screenshot also showcased that Pokemon from Legends Arceus, such as Hisui and Zoroark, are transferable, which if you need, so if you need any mons, you can get it through that. Now, despite this...
Meals, what are you doing in our living room dinner table? There's a Pidgey.
Yeah.
I gotta catch the fucking Pidgey. I see you're having tamales.
The bird talks. Now, despite this, not all Pokemon will be available in this game, though if it's to anyone's guess based on Sword and Shield and BDSP and other new gen recent titles, it'll probably be around 400 Pokemon roughly.
Oh, what? Are you guys gonna cancel it like I did fucking Sword and Shield? How'd that boycott go, by the way?
Second best-selling game of all time, bro. Let's go with that.
Oh, okay, so bullshit. Got it.
It's okay. So now that I got all the deets and information and all that jazz out of the way, let's go and talk about our impressions on this next generation and just in general how we feel about it. Because with such a out of nowhere surprise for many who were hoping to not see it come to life, now that it is here, it gave us, and now that time also had passed, it gives us a little more time to kind of clear our thoughts and think a little bit more and maybe see things differently than when we saw it in our first impression. That we now accept the reality that we're in and are happy with Gen 9 coming this year, or are we a little still bummed out by the fact that it's coming out this year and not being saved for a later time? So I'll pass this on to one of our folks here in this call. Let me begin with JPR. I'd love to hear your first impressions and just like your overall thoughts right now currently with the announcement of Scarlet and Violet. So take it away, buddy.
Well, certainly I was in the camp that was hoping for another year of dev time. I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't come out this year since Arceus literally just came out. And you kind of saw that with my reaction when Zach was streaming it, and I was like the only one who was just kind of like, oh. And everybody else was like, was popping off. But I've been thinking about it a little more today, and Game Freak has been doing this for a while, where even when they have multiple projects kind of on top of each other, and it seems like the dev time is rather short. I mean, obviously, it's always like 2 to 3 years a minimum. This game, it isn't like it just started when Arceus was released. That's definitely not the case. But the game looks similar enough to Arceus to where you can tell it's probably running off of a lot of the same assets. They probably did all of the groundwork that they needed to in the last game. And,
this game has been in development since 2017.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, that's just the way that the Pokemon games usually are. And so I think that with Arceus getting all the groundwork out of the way, that if this game is similar enough to that, then we won't really have to worry about that. And I think that I think that the Dex cut more than anything, which you already mentioned. We know that in Sword and Shield, based on the beta of that game, that the Pokemon were originally all going to be in there. That was not their intention going in, was to cut the Pokemon. I think that was a late decision made in development where they were like, we're probably not going to get this whole thing done in the time frame that we are given, so we got to cut half of them out. So Sword and Shield, we didn't really see the benefits of that right off the bat. It was like, you lost half the Pokemon, and what do we get in return? It kind of felt like nothing. Now with Arceus, and by extension Gen 9, you see just how much better the world and the Pokemon look, how much more polished the game looks than Sword and Shield. It seems like we're starting to see some of those long-term benefits of the Dex cut, and I feel like that's going to matter more and more as time goes on. So I am a little more excited for Gen 9 today than I was yesterday. I think it's going to be pretty good.
All right, sweet. So let me go and pass this one then on to Emmy. Emmy, what is your take so far on Scarlet and Violet?
Well, I'm in the same boat as JPR too. Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm more excited now than I was when I first initially saw it as well. I'm really happy it's open world. I was very, like, I was hearing a lot of things where it was like, oh no, like, Legends is like the only open world we're gonna get. And I'm like, no, please, please let it continue. It's such a nice world. I wanted more of it. So I'm really happy we're getting an open world concept again. And same thing too, because like, I'm kind of worried as well because it's being released this year, but at the same time, I feel like they've had so much time to experiment, especially with Legends, and then even going backwards to Sword and Shield too, because they tried doing like the wild area, and then even Let's Go, I would say, is kind of a testing ground too. So I feel like they've had a lot of time to test. So I'm just hoping that they do have enough time to just polish everything, so we don't end up with like random glitches here and there. But okay, my one main thing is, so you know how people box their starters? Can I box the KG, yeah, you. Can I box the main protagonist? Because I don't like him. I don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what's been going on, but like Legends Arceus, like my only complaint so far is that the girl's clothing and hairstyle absolutely trash.
Emmy,
like
I've seen a meme that I think you would appreciate. It shows like it shows like a bunch of animes in openings where the characters are running, and it says how everybody gonna be running to the clothing store once we start the game.
And it's all of them running at Mach speed and everything.
Naruto and the others running super fast.
No, it's true though, because I looked at them and I'm like, I was watching the trailer, and then you see them come in, I'm like, who's that? Like they look so like. Oh my gosh, like the design of them.
School uniforms with shorts, goddamn!
This game seems to have the inverse problem that Sword and Shield did, where I felt the character designs and the general art style of Sword and Shield was very satisfying for the characters, but the environment looked a little rough. Here it's like, oh, the environment looks really good, but I think the realistic designs don't really work as well for the characters. It kind of takes some of that Pokemon identity away.
They look like the Snap models, which was mentioned before, and I think that's what makes me mad. Because I don't like the Snap models.
I want to battle the schoolboy. I don't want to be the schoolboy.
you about to be the bullied is what you're gonna be, buddy.
Yeah.
I feel like you could kick his ass easily.
Wait, in a Pokemon battle or an actual fist fight?
Yes.
All of the above.
Yeah. Shit, this is where our villain origin story begins then.
John, so you should probably make a video or a tier list of main protagonists that you could win in a fight.
Yeah, just hold his head down, shorty. Get away from me.
What's the one main protagonist we probably couldn't beat in a fight? I'm like, other than Red, obviously. Red
probably the Black 2 male protagonist. Have you seen his drip, bro? He's strong as hell.
Yeah,
I think Hilda could beat me in a fight. Honestly, I think Hilda could beat me in a fight.
Oh, Hilda could beat the fuck out of you in a fight, bro. He'll stomp on you and then spit on you afterwards. Like, that's bullshit.
Jesus Christ, I didn't realize that was her character.
Right.
All right,
Victor, I'll see you in the parking lot.
Oh, man. All right, let me go and pass this on to the next person. Tyrone, let me pass this one on to you. What do you think, buddy?
Oh, God, not me.
Okay, never mind. I'll pass it on to someone else then.
No, I'll go. Scarlet and Violet. Okay, let's get the bad out of the way now. I don't mind that we got the announcement. I just wish they had waited at least until E3. Like, god damn. Like, because this is also confirmed to be open world too, which means that Legend Arceus was like, oh, it's great. This is the first time Pokemon got a new world. Oh, fuck it. Okay, then never mind. New hot shit on the block. Like new open world. Like, damn, that's like it was the first open world game and also the quickest. Like we don't even get the chance to really I could say right now, when people get excited about games, it changes how you play the current game you're playing. I think it's safe to say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't play the game with the same brain when you know there's a new game coming out.
BDSP.
It's almost like waiting for a new toy to come out while you still got the old one. You're just at this point, your brain's shuffling around. You're not thinking about it. You're thinking about the new thing. Like, oh, give me the new thing. I'll place this thing to the side for a little bit or play it until then. But right now, I want that new thing to come out. And I guarantee you're not going to play like Sword and Shield or Legend Arceus with the same mindset now, knowing that Scarlet and Violet exist. Because your brain still knows Scarlet and Violet exist. It's in there. It's bubbling around in your head. So, I don't know. It's weird to know that. But with that being said, we got what we got, and there's nothing we can really do about it now. To me, personally... character designs aside, like everybody said, Jesus Christ, I do like the fact that the game's doing clothing differences again. That's actually kind of funny. I know some people are gonna get pissed because Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon did it and people were mad about it. But here, like, it does give you a little bit more of a reason to differentiate between the versions, or you could wind up like me and accidentally wind up buying both of them. I wonder, can you trade clothes too, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, man, that would be nice.
I wish.
Yeah, but make it a little less chaotic than how
that was my least favorite thing about Sun and Moon, was that I am very much a cool color type of person. I love my blue outfits, my Ash Ketchum fits.
Then you better buy Moon!
But I bought Sun because I just like the game better, and I don't like my clock being all inverted. So
well, you either choose Lunala or orange clothes. That's your choice. I think it's pretty fair what to do, carrot boy. But no, seriously. The environments look really nice. If they're borrowing from the open world aspect, it's very clear that since Sword and Shield, we've been trying to get this open world shit off the ground. I think Sword and Shield started off with a very flat open world, and then we got the Crown Tundra and the Islands of Armor that kind of like played with the building layout, with the geography layout a little bit. Then Legend Arceus just went full-blown restructure of it. And now I think we're going to have a world that's pretty well done. We're going to have like nice hills and slopes and valleys.
You can tell Game Freak is moving towards something that they really want to do. I mean, like, there was a lot of experimenting with like walking Pokemon leading up to Heart Gold, Silver, Silver, and then again when it finally returned with BDSP. You know, there's always like a little bit of groundwork they set in advance in like a.
They're really starting to look like all the games that they ceased and desist. But
Damn.
True though.
But with that being said, I'm very interested, and I'm glad that it doesn't take place in the past. Because no offense, I like Legend Arceus, I really do. But I was getting a little scared that they were going to stick to that motif. Like, oh god, every game's going to be in the past now. But no, I'm glad that at least Legend Arceus has that. It still has some origin lore going for it. Here, this is a brand new world. This is a brand new story. This is a brand new, nothing's based off anything. There's no ancestors that may or may not have fucked to make the characters we know now. We've got a fresh world that I can jump into, and they're scared to add just the Pokemon from the region. They're adding Pokemon from older regions. But that's fine, because the textures of the Pokemon look good. Goddamn, Sir Viper, I can see every scale on your body. That's awesome. Yeah, this is definitely the thing that's gonna make me want to, one, get a Switch OLED, because I think I might get a Switch OLED for this one, just so I can get the full impact of the environment, because I feel like Game Freak at this point is trying their hardest to make this game look beautiful too. Yeah, if anything else. So aesthetically, I do want to get into it. I really do hope they don't do the thing though with open world where there's no music and then suddenly music, because that shit freaks me out. Like, oh shit, there's music in this game, I forgot. Which is sad, because Arceus has a good soundtrack when you get to hear it.
See the Guardian theme.
Yeah, but other than that, I think I'm looking forward to it. My only criticism was that I wish we had waited a little longer, and my future criticism is that I hope they don't go overboard with scans. Or trailers. I don't want too much. I want to explore this world from start to finish on my own.
So like the Sword and Shield treatment.
Yes, I want to discover new stuff on my own. I don't want no trailer that's like, if you discover this little crevice here in this goddamn thing, you can meet this Pokemon. Now let me figure that shit out. I want
to be fair, Sword and Shield was pretty good with like its pre-release stuff. That's
what KG said. Is like their Sword and Shield thing. I want like that. I want that.
It was the polar opposite of Gen 7, which was like, hey, we're gonna tell you everything.
Yeah.
Here, take this.
We got no demos. That's why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here, take this demo so you can practically play the game. Like, ugh.
And get all the info.
Everything. All the new Pokemon were spoiled by that point too. It was just like
too
much.
Yeah, I was very much surprised in Sword and Shield when like Chairman Rose showed Q-Fun. I was like, oh, what is that thing? Like, I liked that. That was a good moment. That was a good moment in my life.
Now the question is, are they going to do another 24-hour event for poor Joe to suffer through?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. There might be some tropical forest somewhere out there where they'll reveal a bird or some shit like that.
Oh no!
You gotta watch your 20 hours of footage.
I am interested to see what this region's Pikachu is gonna be.
Ooh, same.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
there definitely gonna be a Pika clone for sure.
It's a Pikachu that's shaped like a bell pepper. There.
Oh my god! Don't you?
Go Jalapika! Jalapika!
Oh my god!
No. This regional rodent is going to be based on like a Puss in Boots style kind of Pikachu rodent.
Oh god! No.
I want that kind of Pikachu. Damn it!
No.
But we'll pass it on then to the next person. TSS, I'll pass this one on to you, buddy. What do you got to say so far for Scarlet and Violet?
Okay, so let's just begin at the beginning here. So, I'm excited for this game. I believe that having Legends Arceus show the way here for their open world, and by the way, you see kind of like the same fruits that are on the trees. By the way, multiple different types of trees. They probably did that to say fuck you to Twitter and say, yeah, we have good trees now. So first of all, I want to take something here. Then I want to mention something that not many people are mentioning here. For the people who are saying, oh, it's coming out too soon. Well, in the game industry, especially in the last few years, they're going based off of the fiscal year. The fiscal year ends on March the 31st. And why does the fiscal year begin on April 1st? Because U.S. corporate taxes are on March the 15th. So, and that's when usually the Q1 earnings come out, and that's why they start the fiscal year. So technically, this game is coming out in the 2022-2023 fiscal year, while Legends Arceus came out on the fiscal year 2021 and 2022. So realistically, we have that. Also, it's another 3-year generation. So again, it's not anything too surprising, especially in the last like 4 generations. We've had this since Gen 5, where we had 3 years between each generation. Also, I want to also rebuttal a couple things that Tyrone has said, because he's saying that it should have came out E3. E3 lost relevancy approximately 5 years ago. Especially now, especially with there's many companies pulling away from E3 than it was, even if it's an online only affair for like the last couple of years. So E3 is like almost irrelevant at this point. And also, saying the whole thing about having a different light about playing Legends Arceus as opposed to the Gen 9 games. That's like saying you bought an AMD Zen 3 CPU knowing already that Zen 4 was already around the corner, but the whole point is you're going to still enjoy what you bought regardless. So that's just my couple of things. The models in this game look absolutely fantastic. And I can see the design motif for the protagonists here. They wanted to make it more gender neutral. Therefore, because I think probably one of the biggest criticisms that people have gotten, or at least maybe or the perceived, of course, I'm talking about the perceived criticism is the protagonists don't look like their age. This is the one time that they actually look like their age. So that is, and it's also like the over sexualization and all that stuff. It's a lot. It's a thing. It's things that people would actually talk about.
The ages have varied a lot in different ones. I know black and whites are the oldest.
Yeah, well, the BW2, you mean? Because BW1 is still 10. BW2 is more like 12.
BW2 is 14.
14 years old, yeah.
14 in black and white. In Black and White 2, they are 12.
Hilda's
Oh,
14.
they went reversed?
They went
No,
reverse.
Hilda's in black and
Yeah.
white. No, in
Yeah.
black and white,
I
Hilda's
believe
14.
I believe it's 14 and 16.
Yes,
respectively.
yes,
Yeah, because
yes,
remember-
it's 14
yeah,
and 16.
14.
I'm looking it up. It's 14 and 16. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but I'm
No,
just
I'm
saying
saying,
that.
I'm saying Rose is 12 in Black and White 2.
I thought the original black and white characters were older, and because they look
No, they are 14. They were designed to be 16, but they are 14.
Yeah, Rose is 12 and Hilda's 14.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I thought so because I was like,
And then in black and white too, Hilda's 16. Yes.
Rosa is
You're
12.
15 in Legends Arceus.
Yes,
They just
Rosa-
say that in
Rosa's-
the game.
Yeah, Rose is 12
Yeah.
years old. Hilda's 14. Not sure why they made Rosa younger than Hilda, but yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they wanted to make it look neutral, so it doesn't look it doesn't have any opportunity to freaking be criticized in terms of like the, you know, that I think that's the whole point, and probably just to make the models simpler, because they probably could, and plus I think they wanted to design the art style and the models pretty much the same. Because
Look, Caleb from Pokemon X and Y is 17. What the shit? What?
Yeah.
Damn.
But I think,
Oh,
but I think,
I have
but I honestly think they just wanted to do that so that the difference between the official art and the official in-game appearance isn't as drastic.
It's a grown
I think that's honestly that's what it is. Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Get out of my children's game.
Yeah, because that's legal. Yeah, because that's legal age. That's legal age in some countries.
Fucking pedophile.
Serena
saying.
Serena or Yvonne in the manga,
Yeah.
she's 12.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the problem. See, that's the problem with having multiple timelines. When you have the manga timeline, you have the anime timeline, you have the game timeline.
Yeah, they vary a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's not like any franchise is based solely on one
Yeah.
particular
Wait a second.
product.
It's like
Like-
Game
like-
Serena,
like, for
Game
example,
Serena 17. and
Video
Anime
game Serena
Serena
17.
Yeah.
She looks
Like-
like anime Serena. Quit
like-
touching ass,
like-
you fucking pedophile.
Like for example, May is 12, but in the manga she's 11. In the anime she's always 10. In Auras she's also 12, but in that design in the manga it's for her 15-year-old self.
Can someone cut to a thing, do a small clip for me where Serena's like flirting with Ash, and then cut to Ash going, "I'm a minor." Stop.
No,
And
but what you have to do is you have to be that one jackass that goes on Google and says how old is whatever, and then you but then you
How dare that asshole close the tabs?
and shit and all that shit.
Yeah, how dare that
Boom.
asshole who looked up their ages? Close the tabs, please. Close the tabs, please. Please close
Yeah.
those tabs.
But honestly, I will say that, I want to say also that like Fuecoco looks like, you know, the cousin of the freaking Bubble Bobble game. It's like really,
It does look like Bubble Bubble. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I hate that it looks like Bubble. What the fuck?
Yeah,
looks
people
so
have
much like
related
Bubble
these
Bobble.
three creatures, like one Donald Duck, the other one the Bobble Bobble, and then the other one based off Unikitty from the Lego movie.
yeah, and it's yeah.
Oh,
And-
wait, Christina Aguilera has a freaking commercial. I'm sorry.
But I will say that I'm gonna enjoy playing this game regardless. Just because I enjoyed Legends Arceus so much, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm gonna be getting Scarlet because this is not fucking Scarlet Pimpernel. But it is I like the color. I like the
Oh
light
yeah,
colors
which names
better.
are you guys getting just based off the colors right now?
I'm getting Scarlet.
Scarlet.
I'll
Okay,
probably go
KG.
Scarlet.
I'm
Scarlet.
going Violet.
But like,
Alright.
I can't really say based off of just
I'm getting
what we've
both.
seen so far.
By the way, thank you for the 60 viewers. Really
The
appreciate it.
legendary is
Yeah.
always the maker.
We haven't
break
had
for
this
me.
many in a while, actually.
What do you
a long
mean? We had
time,
it
thank you.
last week.
Yeah, come on.
We went up to 65.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did.
In this one, we went up to 67. I've been.
I remember
keeping
one
track.
time we hit 100, so I'm living off that high for a bit.
It was the Iris episode, of course.
Yeah.
Was it
course
the
it
Iris?
is.
Yeah,
What
it
was the
was.
episode? Yeah,
It
the
was.
episode where we
It
hit
was.
100.
Yeah, it was the Iris episode.
Iris.
People had a lot of things to say.
Yeah, that was a lot to say.
But
Anywho, shall I
overall,
pass it on?
but overall, I'm just gonna say, my score for the whole direct is probably 7.1. Like
Also,
that was
we're
the only one that really made a difference for me.
we're in top 13 for the talk and discussion section of Twitch.
Let's keep it rolling, chat. Anywho, let me pass it on to the next person. Nessa, let me go and pass this one on to you. I have to ask you, what do you think about Scarlet and Violet so far?
Also, I think I remember that day when we reacted on Sunday. I think before they even showed it, we're like, "Oh, Jen died. It's Jen died. No question about it." But after I got a taste of like the region and everything, I'm pretty excited about this game. Like, get to another open world game. I'm actually more curious, like down the line, how the battle system's gonna be, and like, because I'm not sure if they're gonna stick to like the similar it was with Arceus. So I'm actually pretty curious. And then also, I think also I fell in love with the duck Quacks. It's so cute. I couldn't stop. I was out there on Twitter. I was like, "That dog is so cute. I can't stop. I couldn't stop like going over all over the duck." And I fell in love with it immediately when I saw it. So I was so happy for that. And also too, it was like based off of a bird that I remember seeing, and I was in Ecuador too. So that's why I'm kind of like, I was like, the only thing I can think of is like, I know Spain has like the Canary Islands. So I was like, I'm not sure.
But the Canary Islands are not named Canary because of the bird, but because of canis, the Latin for dog.
Yeah.
That's extra weird.
Yeah, that's I was gonna say.
That's a level of weird I'm not ready to touch.
I know, yeah, because I remember there was like a tropical island part. So I'm curious like how that's gonna play out, but.
So really excited to get into Spain. I don't know why. I know Pokemon has always been based off recently has been based off of like different areas of the world, but I'm really excited for this one for some reason.
I was like, yeah, Spain's actually one of my top lists. I want to go visit one day in Europe when I ever go back to Europe. So it's like, it's actually pretty cool though. Like, get to see that in the game, and then if I decide to travel, I'm definitely going to go visit those places. Just to see what is all of that about.
Where are the Donald Ducks? I don't see them anywhere.
I think because
Italian boys will get them next time.
When we did Unova, I was like, yeah, I like America. It's cool, but I live there. And then when we did France, I was like, France. When he did France, I was like, okay, you really got some of France, mostly the Eiffel Tower part, and some little things here and there, I guess. And then, like, we went into Hawaii. I was like, Hawaii, it's a beach. I got a big-ass beach. It's a beach. It's a big-ass beach. I got it. Thanks. Yeah. But for some reason, we went here, and I'm like, ooh.
I think since Gen 5, they've... Go ahead, Nessa, go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like I feel like the Pokemon company is never going to do a region off from South America. Like, that's for sure. Like, and also, Africa is another story, too. Like,
the African Pokemon.
Yeah, like,
let's go.
No, I know the reason being for sure though. I don't know if it's just like a little bit off topic though, but apparently the Pokemon Company don't acknowledge Latin America as much because apparently they're the only region that they don't have their games locally translated. Even though there is a Spanish version, but it's the Spain's Spanish version.
You can't make a region of an area that doesn't exist.
Yeah. So basically, I saw a video. I think a month ago, and then they were explaining that like some of the things, like I guess Spain Spanish, there's some offensive words for. I think that's like obviously regarded for Latin America. So it's just
trainers are gonna start calling me Punta and shit.
So people were not too happy, and then they never. Yeah, so I'm rooting for Latin America. I hope they finally get a regionalized localization for them because for some reason, the Pokemon Company never acknowledged them. So I don't know. So that's why I'm like, yeah, Latin America ain't never gonna happen. Like if they
Ash Ketchum, you came to the wrong hood. Your Pikachu is no buena chica.
Well, going off of what Tyrone said earlier, I do think that since Generation 5, when they left Japan, that Game Freak has steadily been getting better at learning and reflecting the culture of the regions that they that they're basing off of real life. So I think just by the architecture and what we've seen so far with the designs and the names, I think that's definitely going to be the case here. I mean, we saw it in Sword and Shield; they were spot on with a lot of the British stuff, and a lot of it wasn't obvious stuff either. It was like some lore that you had to dig for. So I'm excited to see what they come up with here. But anyhow, that's my last thought because I have work tomorrow and I have to leave. So.
Alrighty. Thank you for tuning in, though, man. Much
Thank you,
appreciated
Well,
on that part.
thank you guys for having me. I
Go
hope
back
I can
to your
come in.
other podcast.
I'm going to
saying
the other lunch table. They don't want me anymore.
No,
But no,
we gotta bang on the lunch tables, and then we gotta freaking
Food for
Going the lunch table.
hyenas and
We
shit.
picked you up when you were on the streets, John.
Well, it's always great to talk with you guys. It truly is.
Remember
wonderful
your
opportunity.
roots.
I do. I try, man. I try. But great to talk with you guys again, especially Kuro, Emmy, Nessa. Since we don't talk very often, it was great to talk with you guys tonight. So
Same to you.
hope you all have a
Yes,
wonderful
man.
night.
All right, buddy.
you.
Be safe,
Bye.
all right?
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Okies. Then let's move on to the next person. I believe.
Welcome, am I right? No, just kidding.
God damn.
All right, so girl.
I'm kidding.
All right,
Oh.
I need to hear from you because
Okay,
I
so
think you
you're
have
right.
an interesting thing to do.
Before Kuro goes, I want to make a disclosure that when we did the reaction, Kuro was ready to fucking kill Game Freak on spot.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, they're going to misrepresent my content.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. JPR says, "Yo, I heard that. I'm outside. Pull up."
He's gonna get your ass in the
Hold on,
Wendy's
I'm gonna go
drive-thru
get my
next
camera,
time, so
guys.
watch out.
All right. So I have my notes here, so I want to make this very clear and very fast. I'm not hating on Gen 9. I hate on how very fast it is because Galar was very short-lived and Gen 8 is already very short-lived as is, right? I don't hate the fact we get Gen 9. I like the starters. Sprigatito because of Spriggan and Kitten. Yeah, I really want for it to be a saber-tooth tiger, man. I want that grass rock greatness. No, if it is to be a bipedal, either Puss in Boots or a Spriggan, but don't do it. No, don't do it, please no. Fuecoco, very nice. Might be ghost because of the lore. I would not mind being poison because of a Komodo dragon, right? It's a salamander, so being serpentine goes with the Chinese zodiac and all that shit. Quacksley doesn't have a Spanish name because, Quacksley it's most likely based off Christopher Columbus. He was hired by the Spaniards, but he's Italian, so that's why he has no Spanish name. Yeah,
He's my son, so it's okay.
Yeah,
My son
so
and he's off the sea.
you have your Italian bird, and also because Canary Islands, even though there are no canaries there, and the Azores Islands of Portugal, they are also named after birds. So there's that. I don't believe he's going to be a flying type. It's too obvious. I feel like making because it's the duckling Pokemon, making it like a black swan, or because Pokemon water types they are based off weapons. I would like a crane, like the bird becomes the weapon, like becoming like a battle crane, like in Kung Fu, whatever. For the rodent, because of gerbils and whatever more that we have here, just the standard rodent, like electric ground. Personally, I think would be very fitting. The legendaries, I feel it's going to be a bear and or an iguana, because Pokemon always has this tendency of the legendary of the next generation being a Pokemon that in the previous one had forms. Tossbuck, Xerneas, Pyroar, Solgaleo, Lycanroc, the wolves, and now we have the Urshifu Toxtricity, so a bear and iguana is the most likely scenario. But Omori and Masuda went to our Comic-Con in 2016, and they saw the rooster, that's the national animal of my country, and they thought that this could be a legendary Pokemon, so given the lore of the rooster, it's going to be either a flying type in the post-game, like a mythical roaming or whatever more, or it's going to be, they're going to divide the rooster into a ground flying for Scarlet, and the ghost flying for, Violet, because Scarlet and Violet were the colors of Sun and Moon. This is why, they are in this development since for like 5 to 6 years, right?
So you're
Oh,
thinking roosters.
yeah, roosters, yeah. I'm not going to say the other word. That's Tyrone's job.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. But yeah, so Scarlet and Violet, right? Those are the colors of Alder and Iris. So if you want to Unova confirmed, you can use those memes. The flag, yeah, it's from the Civil War from the 1930s. It had purple because purple was, used in textiles, in wardrobes. It was the color of the rich people. The crest for the gimmick, it's the Catalunya Plaza, but also the Commerce Plaza of, Portugal. Whatever that might be, I don't know. I don't care. I saw the trailer. I saw the arena. I thought it was spoken. So there's that. We see the windmills because of Don Quixote. That's nice. We see the Hoppip vase because of the wind. That's nice. If you want your Johto 2 or Legends Celebi, memes, you have it there. Stone Journey is in the game, which is nice because we have a lot of Cromlechs and Miniers, like, the Stonehenge of, the UK, or the Route 10, the Pokemon were dead in X and Y or whatever more. So yeah, you have that. No Meowth, apparently. Meowth is in the standard form, so no new form for Meowth this time around, which I'm kind of glad that's sad. At the same time, I wanted for a ground Meowth, like a mountain lion or something, but it is what it is. I just hope that this game is like the last one in a while. We stop, with the gimmicks and the regional variants. I want for this game to stop, to be the last one. And in terms of the Pokédex, like $9.90 DLC, $9.99. The first in Gen 10 for the 30th anniversary, the console after the Switch. The first Pokemon of Gen 10 being revealed, it's the 1000 Pokemon. And create the 150 new one to make it at 1150. Like, I want for Gen 10 to be, a unique experience. I want for that to be like Unova. Like, don't depend on any, power-ups or variants or, or remaking regions. Like, I want for Gen 10 to be like that, but we'll talk about it in like 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, whatever. The villains, the Templar Knights, or the Spanish Inquisition. The orange and the grapes, yeah, those are festivals that happens. They might have some Muslim culture because Spain and Portugal have a lot of mausoleums. We might get an Ifrit-based Pokemon. We have the Sagrada Familia of Barcelona being like the quote-unquote league, the league building, so there's that. In the trailer, the guy just, enters the building. They see a lot of, pages going backwards, right? And the time goes backwards, so if you want your Legend Celebi thing there, and we see Sui and Zoroark, so even the fonts of the titles, one is very archaic, the other is very futuristic, and I'm like, Pokemon doing a game about time travel, I don't want that, this is not Chrono Trigger, be yourselves, Pokemon, don't beat something else, please and thank you. The Pokemon centers look like gas stops, I find that very hilarious. And now, after all of this bullshit that no one cares because it's details that I think that Game Freak doesn't even care at this point. Portugal, right? I was talking about Spain. Sergi, if you hear this, I hope I did justice. Spain, right? Now Portugal. Portugal, in that little square is Spain. Portugal's only one of 6 rectangles in terms of geography. So it's either going to be ignored, like Southern France. It's going to be, DLC to feel complete, even though it should already be there to begin with, or it's going to be, Iberified with Spain. It's going to, combine culture, which is not a good thing because, Hawaii had 4 islands instead of 8. People, I bet, they didn't like. People in Portugal are hyped, but hype goggles and rose-colored lenses will always be the forefront, right? Reason, they discard all of that, and I'm very worried that Game Freak and TPCI are just going to ignore my country. They are going to make it DLC to give the illusion of a bonus, and I'm like, is that what we are? a bonus? If you did the Germany region, would Belgium and Switzerland be bonuses? Like, nah. I wanted Alaska. I wanted Shikoku in Japan. Like, I wanted to go back to the basics with this. And I wanted it next year. But, the game looked nice, the textures and whatever more. I'm going with the cat, if they don't ruin them.
We taping those feet on the goddamn ground, bro.
I want to point something out about that. Normally, I don't stand behind the rallies of very minute or dumb stances when it comes to Pokemon topics. I'm usually not on any side for them. But the quadrupedal to bipedal of cats is one I'm standing behind because Meowth, I got why he stood up. Team Rocket's Meowth specifically. All other Meowths I always thought should be on all fours. I've always felt that. And in Gen 1 they were on all fours. It wasn't until fucking Team Rocket's Meowth started standing up that they all started standing up. And I was just like, whatever. Then we got more cats. Thankfully, Skitty's still on all fours, even as a Delcatty. That's fine. That cat's untouched. But then, and we got the Glameow. Glameow's on all fours, and it's fucking taped on all fours for how fat it is afterwards. But then we move into fucking Purloin, and Purloin does the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen in my life. It just stands up for no reason. Literally, this cat was on all fours the whole time. And then I guess Game Freak was like, fuck it, make it stand up. Meowth does it. And I'm like, no, god damn you. So yeah, if Sprigatito stands up, I'm going to be pissed.
What was the name that you called? Fernline? Was that it?
Oh, Fernline, yeah. Fern meaning
Fernline.
Grass, feline. Fern, feline.
I feel like Incineroar just, he just stood in all... He just became bipedal because, their philosophy was for fighting, but they went with Dark, with the heel wrestling. But I feel like Incineroar was more designed for Smash and not for Pokemon, and that just saddens me.
I'm glad I'm not the only one behind it. There's a whole crew of people that are literally just going, if you stand up, motherfucker.
Yeah, but, I like the game, I'm not mad at the game, I'm just worried and concerned about what they're going to do because I have a friend in Wales.
Side of things, I guess.
Yeah, because of the cultural side of things. Because I was always worried that the Pokemon company, everyone says that I want India and China, and I'm like, Asian countries with heavy religions, I don't trust the Pokemon company to tackle that accurately in terms of culture and whatever more.
I'll be the one to fight it. Fuck it. Kuro, I want to point out that they're just like when Pokemon's making a region based off of a real world location, they're not going one for one with this shit.
Carlos has mythology.
It's a child video game. They're probably just gonna take like the big parts that people know of in those areas.
For example, Carlos had Norse mythology. The Musketeers are in Unova. That doesn't make any sense. I get it. Like there was no war 2.5 millennia ago in NYC because there was no NYC. I get it.
They're not kids. Masuda probably took like a fucking vacation there one time, snapped a couple of pics, and went, "This will be great in a Pokemon game," and then called it a wrap.
Yeah,
he didn't lift every nook and cranny. He didn't flip over every goddamn rock. He probably just went there for a summer vacation with the money we gave him from Sword and Shield.
Actually, from Aurus. But
I know. I'm just talking shit. The point being, if they miss some shit, don't lose it.
Oh, no. But, I just feel like, it feels a very generalization in terms of, global culture. Like, for example, I have a friend in Wales that he felt, very concerned because, Galar, UK, Great Britain, it's England with Scotland DLC. There's no Welsh culture there. Like, there's more Welsh culture in the fact that, Ampharos is a dragon type, and that's not even in the game, but, whatever. But it is what it is. Like, it's Pokemon. I will continue to buy, so, in the end of the day, why complain if you buy the product, but I can still be concerned. We can all give our 2 cents on the matter. The good thing is that, more people are acknowledging my country, so that's the plus side of it. But I like the fact that you're a province of Spain. Like I'm not a province of anyone. I'm myself.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
But
All
yeah.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice. Also, I'm saving my gems for Skyline Tornadoes and May and Latias because Chef's Kiss. I love it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
nice.
for Masters, I actually had like 71,000 gems, and I did two 11 pulls. I didn't get May.
Also,
but
Raihan has the drip. God damn.
Yes. I actually got 4 5. I actually got 4 5-stars out of that pull. So that's pretty good.
I can't read these, but
I just want for Ash to go to Spain and says hola.
Instead of a Lola, it's just hola.
Yeah, it's hola.
I know. Yeah, I recently got I pulled yesterday red with the Snorlax, and I was like, damn, I wanted Gary with the Aerodactyl because I think it would be more useful for me. But
but by the way, speaking of the other games, KG, you're actually going to love this because remember that only saving grace of the Butch and Cassidy episode being that Jesse and Meowth met Butch in the Cabo de Roca of Portugal.
Yes.
Yeah, they hit game journeys. Hinted at Gen 9 with that. But it's not the first time this happens because remember in Sun and Moon 98 when the Detective Lackey episode they were recording and the UK was in the program of the show?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they surprised us, I suppose. Like controversial episodes, they have that little tiny sparkling of greatness.
Maybe they did that intentionally to hide the real truth. So that means episode 30 has a secret we still haven't found out yet. So we gotta go and take a look at it.
I mean, episode 30, 60, and 99 has the Oshawott, who has a great character development.
We'll get to that development in a few minutes. But final thoughts I want to share before we continue on in tonight's review of the week. With Legends now finally, being seen more as like the beta in a way to what we're getting currently with this one. I really like that though. I really like that they tested the waters with this new generation to go to this length now to create a full on open world. And with that, it also is going to be a lot of interesting little things to see about this game in the coming weeks, months, to know about the new Pokemon, how many is expected to be there, what Pokemon will make it through, which Pokemon will not. I swear to God, if the dancing, the Bylebird, as I call it, from Sun and Moon does not make an appearance in this goddamn game, I'm gonna be so mad. Just saying, bro.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Oricorio.
I specifically need that one.
Speaking of such, because of the Detective Lucky episode of Alola, because the Smeargle, Spain has Pablo Picasso, so I kind of want a Smeargle evolution, if anything.
Will Halucha get an evolution? Will Halucha get an evolution in this region?
It should. It
That'd
really should. Yeah, Smeargle, Smeargle, Halucha,
always felt out of place in Kalos.
Maybe not an evolution. Maybe it'll be based on the new gimmick evolution.
Halucha primal form.
Yeah, it's gonna be all. It's gonna be based off the one in X and Y when he goes into second gear in the league.
Gomu no!
Yeah, that.
That one.
Yeah, Halucha always felt out of place to me, like it didn't belong in Kalos.
I mean, there are Pokemon who are not native to the region they debut in. Like Eevee is never wild in Kanto, Riolu is never wild in Sinnoh. So yeah, maybe Halucha just flew north from Spain to France.
Also, remember the whole elephant thing as well. With Galar. So I mean, all these possibilities.
Yeah, exactly.
The Indian elephant.
Indeed.
Yeah, like normally the games, when they are revealed, the Pokemon Day. Well, X and Y was in January 8 or 9 or whatever it was. But they revealed the Pokemon with X and Y, and now they revealed it then. With Alola and Galar, they only revealed the Pokemon in May and June, respectively, if I recall correctly. And because we saw the models, we saw the Pokemon running in Motostoke and whatever more. But yeah, in 3 months or 4 or so,
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. It will be interesting, It's Pokemon. It's always interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, then. Now, then, with that being said and all out of the way, I think we all gave our share of inputs towards the newest games coming out later this year, Scarlet and Violet. I think in a country, one of the games titled Violet is actually called Purpur, which I love so much. So,
Oh my God.
Purpur. It's called Purpur. I love it so goddamn much. So yeah, I can't wait for this. I hope that when the titles and the legendaries and all that get revealed, I really want to go back to this session and just see how much of what was stated here actually gets, answered in the whatever video they'll release in some point in the future. So yeah, we will get into our discussion now for tonight, ladies and gents. As you guys already know, we have to talk about the PMs and the 2019s and all that jazz because the latest episode had dropped a few days ago, so we got to do our best to cover that topic. Now, one thing before we get into it though, for tonight, because it is very important that we address this as we get ourselves ready. So, here's the thing. Alongside this announcement, and unfortunately this suffered for the episode too, at the time that this episode had launched, they also made an announcement, or a couple of days before, that a brand new opening is going to be coming this upcoming week. And we got a snippet of the song so far on the official Pokemon Code Japan Twitter account. So, what exactly does that mean? Well, new opening, and most importantly, the ones who are singing it. If you take a close listen to that song version, you might hear a familiar voice with that one. And I think you all know what I might be going at with this. And that is the fact that we might finally get that version everybody's been clamoring for since the beginning of the series, once we got introduced to the VAs for Go and for Satoshi here. And I think we might see it in this opening. We'll have to wait and see, though. So, Rika and, how do you say goes, Jeff? Daiki. I was going to say Daisuke, but I think that's a different word altogether. Daiki.
Daisuke is the Digimon 02 protagonist.
Well, also means like love, and no one.
Yeah, I was about to say Rika and love. I mean, like
BL fuel again.
Yeah. So the thing is, though, it'll be sung by those two, which is gonna be exciting to hear. I cannot wait for Ash and Koharu to sing this song, bro. They're gonna absolutely kill it for sure, 110%.
I just want to say something. Like, if Ash and Go are to sing the opening, have Hana Kanazawa, Koharu's VA, sing the ending. I think it would be very fitting.
Like a solo ending song?
Yeah, a solo ending song, like Serena's Dori Dori. Like, I think it would be very fitting if so. Like,
yeah, but that would imply that she's actually very prevalent to the show, and
the show doesn't know how to write her, but
Hey, listen, man, I can't wait till we go to the end of this Sword and Shield series. I mean, Journeys. And everybody calls Koharu the Eevee Scout Girl. Because God, I really hope this final year. Because now that we know,
just today, just for you to have an idea, like, someone was saying that, I really hope that Koharu doesn't ruin the focus of Serena when she returns, like how she did with Dawn. And I'm like, bruh, what the hell?
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Bro, because they were saying that the main characters from the Journeys cast are ruining the focus of returning characters.
Dude.
No, first of all, bringing the characters back, and this is not to you, this is specifically to the person mentioned. Bringing the characters back should always be a big no-no for everybody, personally.
Yeah.
If not done correctly, of course. Sometimes it's often best to just leave the characters as is, but it's always important as well to at least acknowledge their existence.
You can't say that.
No.
I'm so glad we're AG fans. We don't need to worry about May.
Nah, well, I mean, VA reasons as to why that too, and also for Silent fans as well, because Silent just only gets. That's what I'm saying. I'm okay if they get referenced or acknowledged, but that's as far as that goes. I don't need them to be as a role.
KG, it's the 25 years. They are going to, you know how in the other openings we see the shots of the regions with the starters and the mythicals. They are going to do that for the companions, or the ending, it's going to be like the join hands from Best Wishes, and all of the Pokemon are going to be ghosts. That's the best case scenario, and it's too good to happen. No,
I assume it's going to happen. I honestly predict that's going to happen. I think that none of the characters that are going to be in the opening shot, like Clement, Bonnie, and the Alola cast that we got through that preview shot, I don't think they're going to be in the final year. I just think they're there as a celebratory piece because this is the 25th anniversary. And just like that Dawn music video that came out a couple of weeks ago, this would be a beautiful way to acknowledge the history's past. While we don't get to see them be present in the main timeline, we know that they're still existing out there, that they're still doing what they do best,
how in
the world is
it's
still
like how
moving
in the
for
I
them.
Choose You movie. In the I Choose You movie, they had the companions in the end credits.
Yeah,
Well, and
exactly.
also,
They still exist.
during Spurt, where you had Kenji appear, or Tracy appear, even though he never appeared in the
Even
series.
in like the Diamond and Pearl series, like with the
Like
opening
Misty.
of
Yeah.
what was it, High Touch? They had
Yeah.
Gary, Misty, Tracy, all of them there.
but that's because nowadays people they see something and think it's the objective truth. Like for example, if Be an Arrow was the opening nowadays, everyone would say Primate for the World Coronation series. Come on, man.
Nah, but anyway, let's get back to the main topic at hand. Now that we got
let's
the
go.
opening is coming in a few days, ladies and gents. We will be talking about that opening when that opening drops. And of course, the episode that'll coincide with it, because apparently that was supposed to be the big thing. I remember everybody was saying about the Leon arc. Well, now we know that's not the case, so yay on that part. But let's get to this episode. This episode is actually, is it a Marnie focused? No, it's a Peter. No, it's a Gengar.
AG, who the fuck is Marnie?
I'm trying to figure out who's the main focus in this episode, because I thought it was Gengar's, but Gengar's is a core focus, but Marnie's the main focus in this episode with the
fuck
fight.
is Marnie?
Marnie, you know, the chick from what was the game again? Sword
I
and
didn't see
Shield.
Marnie. All I saw was a goth chick get stomped by Ash for a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Here we
Barely a
go. Allow
second.
me to elaborate. Oh, go on, buddy.
Oh, that's it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say, you know,
This is
Pierre's
great.
little sister, you know, the one from the Sword and Shield games. Everybody knows who she is, clearly. But yeah, I'm gonna be real with you with that one.
So doesn't.
I was gonna say that right now. Here's my take on this episode. I am a little bummed out with this approach. You know what it is? I liked Marnie's whole thing that she had in this episode with terms of interactions with Ash. But I hated it because I realized that was the only thing we got. That was
So
it.
you like
I
the
felt
same
they
thing?
were- they
So
rushed-
you like the same things that a character of the day has?
Yes, that's the thing. And she's not supposed to be a character. How is a character in the second to last rankings of this whole Pokemon World Championship, who is new to the series, being talked about now? Rather
Because
than,
the show doesn't give a fucking shit.
because you see all these other characters, they get built. Freaking Rinto has had more screen time than Marnie. And Marnie is because Rinto has had two episodes.
And even other characters of the day, like I care more for Viscus and Regina than I care for Marnie.
Yeah, because
Biscuits to this day is the best damn Journeys character this show has ever produced. Period.
Wait, in specifically Journeys, right?
Period.
Okay, just making sure. So
She's
the
shown
bar-
more interest in her one episode than this entire series has done introducing characters.
The bar was set too high, way too early.
Damn.
So let me go
She should have been
hold on.
Ash's rival or sparring partner.
All right.
Yeah,
Kenji,
let me
say.
just go and take a second real quick to talk about the
for it,
summary real
KG.
quick. It's time for the next Ultra League match in the Pokemon World Championships, and this time Ash is facing a trainer named Marnie and Galar. However, when they arrive, a group known as Team Yell give Ash the wrong information for the match's venue, sending him to Spikemuth, where he meets Marnie's brother, the gym leader's Piers. Piers takes Ash to Winden and tells him about Marnie. Will Ash be able to win the match? Okay, so let's see. Here's the thing. To quickly summarize my inputs before I pass it on to others here. I enjoyed what I saw in this episode, because there were elements in it that I really had a fun time with. Marnie's interaction, or just her style of talking, her dialect, and the way she pronounces certain things is so adorable in the show, bro. I love it so much, especially when she talks with Ash. It's just a nice, change of pace, especially when they're both on the same side, because normally when rival characters tend to get introduced, they always tend to be on the opposite coin of of anything, really. So to see both Marnie and Ash give shit to Team Yell for a moment, that shit had me excited, because I was like, finally a character who actually also backstabs the other characters that are the meanies of the week. So I really enjoyed that. Like, Marnie's interaction with Satoshi throughout this episode was really fun to watch. I liked Piers as a character in the games, so I was also interested to see how he would be implemented into the anime as well, and lo and behold, I thought he was implemented, for the time he had anyway, pretty nicely. Now, with the battle at hand, though, I'm going to just say this right now. This might just be my own thing. I don't know how others feel, but to me personally, I am not a big fan of how they've been handling Gigantamax so far, bro. I feel Gigantamax have been probably one of the weakest aspects of any concept that they've introduced to the anime series. That, I think it meshes well in the games, but in the anime, it does not work so well. Especially because they're also following the game mechanics in this fight to a T, because it's like 3 moves, that's it. You shrink.
Yeah,
you go
but the
back
side
to...
effects of the moves are absent. There was no hailstorm after the ice attack, man.
Yeah, there were missing elements from the game, but still keeping certain things from the game intact, which is kind of weird. But like, I don't really like how it's being portrayed in the anime, because I feel like they haven't found a middle ground to it to make it feel both huge and just expansive as a whole. Because
I'm gonna be controversial. I'm gonna be controversial right now, and weirdly gonna be on Journey's side. They did do it once. Lance versus Leon. It's the only fight they did it correctly in.
Really now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only fight they did it correctly in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the other fights after that have been bullshit.
The Duraludon fight was also a good example.
No, that fight was ass. I'm not even sure how that fight exists. I always forget what happened in it, how bad that one was.
It's because it shares the episode with Farfetch Capture.
Yeah. But go ahead, KG, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Like I stated, I just wanted to come out and say I've just not been a big fan of the Gigantamaxes at all. Not even in the Mega fight, and not even in a Gigantamax via Gigantamax in this one. So I was really disappointed on that part, for me personally. I think it could have been done way better, especially because of the character who's supposed to be the focus here with the Pokemon, which is Gengar. Let's just remind everybody, Gengar has not had a win for almost a year and some change. Like 60-something episodes.
53 months, 81 episodes.
Since, episode 18.
So, keep that in mind, Chad, as we continue to discuss about this. So, Gengar has not had anything of any wins throughout the series thus far. He has had development, but no wins to go along with that until this let's be fair. At least I'll be fair anyway. The Ghost Boy episode with Alistair, I thought that was a nice development episode. Episode, let me be clear on that. But the fight at hand, I wasn't a big fan of it, especially the climax of the fight, because that felt so, like when you compare this fight, the finale of this fight, to the Lucario versus Machamp fight, where you saw Ash and Lucario do like this synchronized attack together, which looked really cool. And then this one that they had here, where Gengar uses Shadow Ball to pierce through the rocks, that was like a bootleg Fire Shuriken attack that was from the X and Y series when it was being launched at Charizard. That's pretty much what it was. It was a very bootleg version of that, but without the added oomph and excitement to go along with that. And therefore, when he won, I was like, congrats, you win. I just wish I could have felt something for that fight instead of just being like, everybody knew this was happening, because the way the story's written, you're bound to see it happen, So it happened in this fight. He got a win. So congratulations, Gengar. You finally got yourself a W. That's all I can say on that bit. So, yeah, Marnie's interaction, like I said before at the beginning of the review, I really liked. I really appreciate it. I just am pissed off at the fact that was... I think they... You know what really ticked me off the most? Well, I found it adorable, too. The whole point in Marnie, in the games, was the build-up towards the smile. Right? Like when she reveals her smile in the games. And when everybody got to that point, everybody was, like, oh, that's actually pretty adorable. In this one, they do that, but like it was all done in this one episode instead of having it gradually build up to get to that moment, like in the traditional series with Rivals. But if this is going to be her only appearance and that's it, then I guess so be it. If they just needed to get that out of the way, and there you go. Because like, at this point, if Ash, with now this being the final year, we need to push Ash towards the Masters 8 now. We need to see him there because we don't have much time to have him regress or be on pause. So, so I don't think we'll be seeing Marnie in terms of like the PWC fights anytime soon. So, in my opinion, so with that being said, I will give this episode a 5. A lot of things I enjoyed.
I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
All right, I'll pass this one on to you soon. Yeah, but to me, I want to give it a 5. Like I stated before, things I liked, things I disliked. Marnie as a character, I feel was done okay. It just makes me mad that she was reversed, or not reversed, but used as more of a character of the day trope than as a proper character that we wanted to have seen grow in the series, similar to like the other rival in Sword and Shield, Hop, which is nowhere to be present.
You know what it is, KG? She was a throwaway character. She got the same treatment as Sharon got in Best Wishes.
Can't argue with that one. But okay, I'll pass this now on to TSS. Take it away, buddy. Want to hear your input on this episode.
So this episode is a real anomaly, because in a way, the whole Piers and Marnie story was decently built up. I did like the fact that Team Yell tried to like distract Satoshi and point him to the wrong place. Also, I didn't even know I didn't know that like the toxicity stuff, not toxicity, sorry. But whatever. It's the high and the low. I didn't realize it was for guitar and bass. That was great. The music segment in there was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I honestly didn't know because I didn't read the damn Dex entry. Like this was like legitimately the first time that because that like I said in Sword and Shield I didn't even fucking realize that. It's like so the high and low is supposed to be like the guitar and bass. I thought it was like, oh, it's the high version, one is like low key. I didn't even understand that it had to do with their cries. So that was the first time I've seen that. So also we see Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons looks great in this anime.
I'll give you that, yes.
yeah. Too bad he was never fucking used. So getting so Piers driving Satoshi on the motorcycle. So the thing is though is that the gag was really well, but the thing is though is driving like a motorcycle really slow after being like amped up and stuff, and it's like, well, he's driving fucking slower than an e-bike. He doesn't go fucking befanging. But when it finally gets there, the backstory was decently handled, but here's the thing. One of my major complaints about this episode is, who the fuck determines that this was going to be a 1v1, considering that the last hyperclass fight was 3v3?
And the one previous was also a 3v3 too.
Like who the fuck decides that? Like
I've been wondering that because like I agree with you on that, because I understood super and traditional class would be 1v1s and 2v2s sometimes, because that makes sense. You're just slowly gradually up. But when you reach the top 100, I thought in my head, this is when Pokemon and the trainers need to unite more as a team. Yeah. And the only way to show that really well is through having more Pokemon be on the field, which is a 3v3 style. So
yeah,
I'll pass it back on to you.
Yeah, and the other thing that really like annoyed me is the fact that, okay, we build up this whole thing. This is one of those things where I wish it was a two-parter, because at least we would have been able to have the 3v3, because basically they had to condense everything in fucking 7 minutes. And the problem is they didn't do a great job. I would actually argue that this was the worst PWC fight in the entire series. Because the animation wasn't that great. I really didn't feel the tension. It did the whole draw of the Morgrim and the Dynamax Gengar, those two, they didn't really the Gigantamax Gengar, it really didn't come across very well. The animation was lackluster, and also the move choreography was kind of bland. Not even the music, even though there was some great tracks in this, the fight was garbage. It was not really that entertaining. And that's why I kind of wish, and also while I did like the interaction between like Team Yell and Satoshi in that one, but and they did a decent job in trying to expand the lore throughout that episode. The fight was just garbage. So it wasn't really that great. And like I said, it's like, why the fuck, like, are we reverting now to fucking episode 12 where there's like a 1v1? That was a fucking exhibition match. It wasn't even a fucking PWC official match. So I'm just thinking to myself, why the fuck is it like this? Like, why couldn't we have a 3v3? A 3v3 would have been cool because, well, Marnie has more than fucking one Pokemon, like 2 fucking Pokemon. It's like, wouldn't it be nice to even see like a Morpeko versus Pikachu? That would be fucking cool.
Like the hangry mode, you know?
Yeah, the hangry mode and stuff. But it's like, why? I mean, they were already in like upper echelon of hyperclass, and you can't even fucking do a 3v3. Like, what the fuck is this? So I'm gonna give this one 3 scores, because I have to give one that is consistent with my numbering for the overall episode, so it slots in nicely for the record. So for the record, I'm giving this an 8-1, but it's the worst PWC episode so far. If I had to give I'm going to give both halves different scores. First half gets an 8.5, the second one gets a 5.9, because that was really fucking bad. It was really bad, and it's obviously, and it's the worst fight, the worst PWC fight in the anime so far, and they could have done much better than this.
All right. Now I got a quick question, TSS.
Go ahead.
For like, how do you feel as Marnie as a character? Not in the anime, but I mean like in the games. Like, is this also something that influenced your take on the?
No.
On the inputs for this?
No, not at all. As I said, when I look at the anime, I look at it from several different angles. I'm okay with Marnie's character in the game, and I think the personality, it's a 1-to-1 here. They do get that correctly, but I feel that pushing her aside like this without having a great battle like the one versus B, which is, you know, it's I would put Marnie in the same tier as B in terms of like the characters and the game, and they completely shaft her and treat her like shit. And it just like fucking put her aside, just fucking have her fucking job out to Satoshi like this. This is not right.
Okay. No, I was just making sure is all, because to me personally, I think that's why it kind of influenced my take, because I really do like Marnie's character and like her progression through the game and what she does towards the character, you know, to make the world. Because like, to me, Sword and Shield's best core feature that really makes me love Sword and Shield are the characters. So that's why, for me, when I saw Marnie be introduced like this, that kind of also rubbed it the wrong way for me personally. That's why I was wondering if you were under the same boat. But now that you're giving the answer, like you stated, you see things a little differently, not with the games, but with the anime at least. So
yeah.
All right, then. So overall score, you said it was a
8.1, but the fight itself, I'll give a 5.9, because that was really bad.
Okay. So let me go and pass this one then on to Tyrone, if that's okay. Tyrone, you want to go next?
Yeah.
All right. I will pass this on to you.
No, I'm going.
No, I'm just saying. All right, then I'll pass this one on to you, buddy.
It's weird when TSS says it's bad shit. Do you guys know Persona 5? Do you know the song Regret in Persona 5? The piano one? The sad piano one? That's how I feel right now. Like, if this one did that bad, TSS doesn't even like it. At this point, I feel like I'm just going to be beating a dead horse. I don't know how exactly to do this anymore. I mean, I'm gonna do it. Don't get twisted. Don't sit there and go,
right,
no, sit the fuck down. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. Because I kept making the joke where you kept saying Marnie. I'm like, who's the fuck Marnie? Yeah, that would imply that there's a character here, but I'm sorry. There's no character here. I know a lot of people are going, I like that Marnie stepped up to Team Yell. Okay, so, like, we don't even get to see her suffer the ramifications of Team Yell doing this to other trainers.
They're implied, by the way. They're implied because of how it's done like this, that she might have gotten only this far up because of Team Yell.
Exactly. It feels like all of these plot elements are separate in a show that we didn't get to see. Oh, yeah, we did get to see that show. It's called the $60 fucking game that they implied that we fucking bought. Like, this is bullshit. I have never sat through such mistreatment. You know, one of the reasons I really like XY was because they took characters that essentially were not much and made them more. Even characters you wouldn't think about, like Wolfric and Ramos, got way better character development in the anime because the anime did a good job of making them better characters. This did the reverse. This honestly made Marnie more bland than she was, and she wasn't bland in the games, but like they regressed her immediately. And like you said, they're so far in now, there's no way they can fix this. Marnie literally shows up, gets beat, and leaves, which is especially funny for the fact that she goes, I want to win on my own. Okay, never mind, she's not winning on her own at all. She's not even winning legitimately anymore. Like, damn, all that happened so fast. It's not even, you can't even really comment on it because of how fast it went. Piers is talking about Marnie to Ash, but we as the audience don't get to see any of it. So, like, I would have loved to see, like, Marnie think back and notice that a lot, like, she starts putting the pieces together herself. Like, while she's waiting for Ash to show up, she's like, this is another opponent that's late, just like the others. And then they do a flashback. Marnie's the winner since the trainer's been unable to show up. And Team Yell's like, yeah. And then they go into our other fights. Marnie's the winner due to trainer not showing up. And then they will go back to the present. Why is every trainer I fight late? What's going on? Why is it I feel like I've made it this far, but I haven't earned it? And then she starts questioning the other Team Yell members. And they're like, don't worry, you're good. Then Piers talks to Ash about Team Yell. And then, like, you cut to a flashback where Team Yell's like, that Piers is training with Marnie in the gym or whatever. And he's like, you'll never be able to make it this far the way you've been doing it. And they have like a little scrap, and then they cut back to like the stadium, and then she starts putting two and two together. Oh, my brother's right. Team Yell is fucking with all of my opponents. I'm not earning these wins by myself. Well, no more. I want to earn this by myself. So she tells the referee, no, I'm waiting for Ash longer. And we see like this tension moment. And then we see Ash make it the next episode. And then the battle starts. That's called build up. But they didn't do any of it. None of it. Not one iota of it is placed in this episode at all. We don't even get, like, we get a character that already has an implied story that's haphazardly told through another character that's not even with her in the same scene. It's pretty much like when Drayden told Go how Iris became champion. It felt like that. You see, Iris did a lot of stuff, and here she is, champion. Like, Go doesn't know who Iris is. Ash does, so he's got a little bit of context. But Go doesn't know, so all that happened to Go is that this weird old man with the mustache over his face just told her that this girl that Ash is fighting did a bunch of cool shit. And that's exactly what we're told as the audience with Marnie. You see, Marnie did some cool shit. Now she's in this rank. Well, go fight her, Ash. Go get her. And Ash is like, okay. Smack. 15 seconds later, and the winner is Ash. this is terrible. I don't even know how in the world this got through fucking proofreading. I don't even know how this got through storyboard proofreading and went, yeah, that's fine, do it. Like, this was bad. This was very bad. I'm not even gonna talk about, like, the battle in and of itself. I think Gengar eats this damn thing at one point. I barely remember it. The eating the opponent thing is funny, but it's not really a strategy to me. A lot of people have been saying Ash is really using his brain in this fight. I'm like, really? The strategy was as simple as Gengar, eat this motherfucker. Neat. Very strategic. What a basis of studying that Ash did for this prep of this fight is for Gengar to use his big mouth to engulf the opponent. Yeah, real good training there, buddy. Like,
you know what pisses me off the most with this episode specifically? Because I look back and think about the previous fights. Isn't there like a 1 week notice for the trainers to fight with like with the opponents?
At this ranking, yes. So once they get to this ranking, yes.
Where the hell was the announcement for Ash?
Oh fuck yeah, they did that for Volkner, but they didn't do it for Ash.
They did that for Volkner, they did that for B.
Oh, I'm sorry, I guess it's because Volkner's game was coming up at the time.
No, they did that for B too. That's how they started the Lucario plot with the Mega Stones.
Oh yeah, that's because I was gonna say it's because B's game is out, but
one other thing I forgot to mention, and that is the only thing that I did appreciate was the fact that they kind of like went with the game mechanic where the friendship thing. That's why Gengar didn't sleep. Like it kept itself
he pulled
awake.
his face and all that.
Open. Yeah, so that was kind of like a nod to the whole friendship thing, which the whole friendship mechanic in the game, which is fine, but it's still.
Yeah, but I did like that Marnie was like, "Wait,
yeah,
you could do that.
You could do that. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I will admit that was actually a nice moment.
That was a good moment, but that was the only good moment.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Every bit of this just felt lazy as fuck. I'm like. Oh God, this was bad. This wasn't even. I felt like after the episode was over, I felt like I didn't even know an episode happened. I'm not even sure how the hell I sat there and went, yeah, that actually happened. That all took place. And like you guys said before, this is one of the higher ranks. I can kind of excuse the lower ranks for having one-off fights or short fights, and obviously they're not going to show every damn battle that Ash is in this tournament. But to have such a high ranking and it be cut this short is so disingenuous towards the challengers that are in it, towards the tournament, the audience that exists, regardless of the fact that most of them are Team Yell. But none of this felt like this didn't even feel like an episode. This felt like ideas that were somehow drawn and animated.
I feel bad for the people that spent $1,000 to be in the stadium seat for a 1v1 fight.
Oh yeah, that gotta suck.
Like storyboarding wise, this is terrible. Like I'm not sure how in the world this passed at all. Which is sad because when you guys kept KG, when you said Dynamax fights aren't really done right, I wanted to agree with you. But then this fucking Lance and Leon fight was the only fight that did it correctly. The only one. They had some good moves on both of their end. Lance had like flying attacks and water attacks and electric attacks to like balance it all out. And Charizard had Thunder Punch to do the quad damage on Gyarados. And they had a pretty good ways of strategy in the Pokemon.
And Lance Gyarados, he had Dragon Dance because it's not offensive when G-Max he becomes a Max Guard. So yeah, use the buff move to then protect itself.
Yeah, so
and Lance wasn't even using his Ace. He was using Gyarados. He wasn't using Dragonite.
Yeah, so it's not even like that was a 1v1 too, but at least the trainers got very creative with how they were doing it. I can't even get mad at that. Here, I'm not sure what the hell happened in it. And again, it bugs me that so many people kept going, Ash used his brain here, when essentially all Gengar did was just eat Grimmsnarl. And I'm like, that ain't a strategy. That's just what happened.
You know, regarding about that, I just always wondered though, did like the whoever started out with Pokemon Journeys, did it like the writers change or something between now and
no, the writers and stuff are still the same. The director, I think, was
the director.
The director only changed.
But that isn't such a major
No,
influence
because the
towards...
executive director changed, but that doesn't.
That's not the main
But
director.
yeah, because if it's just, because you would think they know how to write like something like that.
You know what's the worst part though, and the chat mentioned it up, and you should feel disappointed too, Tyrone, because I mean theoretically this man gave you what is your favorite series. Tetsuya Yajima was the storyboard for this one.
Yeah.
As in the X and Y, X, Y, and Z series.
He storyboarded the Ghost Train episode.
To be fair, though, he storyboarded what he was given via the screenplay.
Yeah, I was about to say,
he worked with what he got.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. What he got last time in X and Y, I mean, they gave him the story, but it was a solid like Kalos from start to finish with some Hoenn sprinkled near the end, the second half, because Oras was coming out. And he made all of it work. For the most part, I think he used what he had and made it work to tell a cohesive, contained story. Here, you got to balance all this shit. You got all this thrown in and out. You got other regions thrown in, references from other series, battling against callback trainers. So you got to bring in their stuff. And it's a mess. It's a goddamn mess. So yeah, like I don't even think he would have been able to save it.
No, if he only has one episode, he even has to acknowledge, oh shit, how am I supposed to squeeze all this in here?
Yeah, and he's got one episode to do it all. Yeah, no. So that he did what he could, unfortunately, and unfortunately that wasn't good.
You can have the greatest person in the world, but if you put them in a tight limit, it ain't gonna do you justice, boy.
Wait, did he have full control of the stuff that happened in all of XY?
He was the main.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. That explains it. That was his work.
Because Yajima was, Yajima was the series director, and then what's the now one? Not Tomioka. Tomioka was in Diamond and Pearl. It's the executive director of Alola is the series director of Journeys. He got promoted. I don't remember the guy's name, but
he should be fired.
Damn, Nessa, damn.
We'll get to your review soon. Don't worry, buddy.
But pretty much to wrap my thing up. And then I remember during KG's reaction, I made up a plot that was better where Ash fights Piers because Piers, Ash ends up in the wrong spot. He ends up in Spike Month because of Team Yell. But Piers believes that he's not good enough to fight Marnie. So he fights Ash, and that's what makes him late. It's that fight that makes him late. But when Ash proves himself, he goes, oh, okay, I see what happened. You are a worthy trainer to fight my sister. I can see that if there's trainers like you she'll be facing, then she'll take pride in knowing that she earned her way to the top. And then he learns, oh, Team Yale told you to come here? Yeah, this is the wrong spot. That could be a little comedic, they fall over thing.
That'd be freaking...
Yeah, and then he can take Ash over to the stadium, and that would make sense. At least then he gets to fight the gym leader. And in the second episode, we got the gym fight. The Marnie fight. But overall, the structure's so bad. I'm giving it a 3. That's bad. This was bad, bro. Mm-hmm. The only thing I liked was what Emmy liked a lot was the Oshawott in the car.
Bro, that was the only gag that's been going on in Journeys. I'm like, it's kind of like the Where's Waldo shit. So any car that passes by, I'm like looking at her, trying to find it.
Not even the Oshawott in the car. I like when Piers tells Ash to get in the motorcycle. He's like, buckle up. And then the next scene is just completely quiet. And they're just...
it's the Oshawott that sold that for me. Because at first I was like, okay. And then you see the kid just licking his lollipop.
And I did make up a joke where I was like, because Go goes, hey, Ash, I'll meet you there because you got to get there in a hurry. And then they take off in the motorcycle and he's going slow. And you see a car passing by. I kind of wish that was Go in the car with Sonya. Like, ah!
No. I wish it was the Corviknight one to make more. Because it was utilized in this episode. So it would have been funnier to have seen more of it in this episode too. But Sonya making a random ass appearance would have just been as weird as fuck. But funny though.
Yeah.
The Corviknight taxi just flies by Piers and goes like, Ash, what the hell?
But yeah, all right. So let me go and pass this on to the next person. Nessa, let me pass this one on to you then, buddy. What is your take on this week's episode of PM 2019 with Marnie?
For this one here, though, I'm basically with you guys with the battle, especially because we're like this high of the hyperclass ranking currently, and you're telling me that from this high ranking, we only get a 1-versus-1 battle, so it's like a huge letdown. And then like the battle itself, it was very predictable because I don't know, for me to personally, when I play the games, like I always kind of think, I guess whoever Gigantamaxes first most times usually loses. So when the moment that Marnie Gigantamax first, I was like, yeah, I think Ash is winning. There's no doubt about it. Because his Ash waited like I think 2-3 turns before he finally decided to Gigantamax. So it's so right there, just alone, I was like, okay, yeah. So there's not too much excitement going on with that battle. So, but at least one thing I was kind of happy from that battle is like it didn't end in Gigantamax. So that was the only plus in that battle. But yeah, overall though, it was like for like this high though, I kind of wish it was like a 3-versus-3 like most people have gotten. So I wish we could get an explanation of how they determined, oh, which one is a 1-versus-1 or 2-versus-2. Like I wish they dived into that, but for some reason they're just like, no, we'll just leave it ambiguous. It could be whatever. And then I'm not sure how long like Marnie was waiting for Ash to come too. So that was like. Especially like KG mentioned, oh, I paid $1,000 for a ticket just to see like a 1-versus-1 battle. Like what? I was like,
and it was a late battle too, because that thing was supposed to have already happened.
I would have been fucking pissed.
It's like you get a rapper to come in.
Yeah, I would have been fucking pissed if like you paid $1,000 and then that was it. You know.
Yeah.
So like so that's like I feel about the battle though. It was just like. And then I did like the first part better. Like the first part of the episode, like I did like the whole Team Yell, like Tricky Nash, which I did laugh at that part when Ash basically called him out for it, and then Marnie did too. So I did enjoy that moment. So that's probably my favorite moment from the episode. And then the second place for me was when Piers was, I think Piers was driving Ash to the stadium, which I did enjoy, and also. He got high points for me when he was like, oh, I don't enjoy Dynamaxing battles or nothing. I like the regular old battles. And I'm like, at Piers, I'm like, same. I definitely prefer that as well.
That's all the more reason why I wanted Piers to fight Ash first.
Yes, exactly.
But that would imply the Galar gym leaders be used outside of, that, aside from B. Which is sad, but
I can imagine Piers, playing competitive like, bruh, I played Black and White too. Those gems were the shit. I don't need power-ups.
Right.
And so yeah, it just for me, it was like I liked the first half better, but yeah, I wish it was executed way better. So it was just like just like a huge disappointment in battle wise like itself, but especially and I think Ash sounds like he has like one more battle after to get to the Master 8.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like sitting here. I'm like, it better not be a 1-versus-1 because it was such a cheap way Ash to get to the top 8.
Yeah.
But we're already close, so we'll see what happens. But that's all I have to say about this episode.
All right. Now, I will admit there is one thing I want to bring up before we get to Kuro's opinion.
No, first of all, we have to know what Nessa gives us as a score.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I think she said you gave it a... What was it?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't give a score. No, sorry. That was me reiterating
I
for
pay
TSS
attention,
score.
yeah.
No, yeah, I didn't. If I would rate this episode, I'll probably get it like a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, then. So, yeah, what I was trying to say was that... the thing about the whole 1v1 conversation we keep talking about, if they're pulling this sort of stunt off in the top 50 at this point, because Ash is already above that, I'm kind of scared that they're going to do this stunt again with the Masters 8, bro.
Watch. They are going to battle Hops the Bull and nothing else.
That's implying that Hop makes it up there, which begs the question, who the hell did he beat to get up there?
I will be completely honest. Given how they treat returning characters and how they treat Galar characters, I was always on the mindset I don't want for anyone to return. And now I don't want for anyone to debut.
I don't want anyone to show up. I want Ash to show up at the Masters 8 it's empty.
Just get Los Aliens and everything will be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit. The actual silhouette was actually Los Aliens.
Los Aliens.
All right, let me pass this on.
Because I'm sorry. Okay, wait, continue on, KG. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I can now pass this one on to you, Crow. So you can go on ahead.
Because with everything, I think that the episode, well, with everything that you guys said and more, like the episode again, good concept, bad execution. The ideas are great, the writing, because it's just 22 minutes. I wish I cared for Marnie, like because the anime the anime should not be the anime should never replace or piggyback or carry the narrative of the games. They should amplify it. We don't know anything about Marnie. Like Marnie comes from a small town that no one knows about. So does Ash. When Ash reached the top 16 in the Indigo Plateau, they threw a party to him. Now it's like, oh, you got defeated by this one random dude who was late. Funny enough, Ash was also late for the Indigo Plateau because of the team of the generation shenanigans. Like Ash can't even relate to Marnie. I really wish he could. Like, I'm sorry, but when you give Regina flashbacks about her character and her troubles, and you make me care more for her than Marnie, like, you're failing your own cast. Like, she feels worse than even, random characters of the day. I'm seeing this episode. Sadly, when you see episodes of, returning characters, like you see an episode of, Iris or Sophocles, and they feel like epilogues to Best Wishes and Sun and Moon. This feels like a Sword and Shield episode in the middle of Journeys. This feels like they squeezed in Twilight Wings. They should never, utilize the games. Like, the games should not, be, the piggybacking of the narrative, and then you just see, the aftermath of the narrative. That's what we saw with Marnie. That's what they did with Sharon in Best Wishes. He was just a throwaway character and nothing else. Yajima, he did the best he could. He did the Ghost Train episode, right? And that was amazing. This was amazing as self-contained, right? Sadly, this can't, be anything else. They don't even use the Dex entry to analyze Obstagoon. What the hell was that? Ash and Pierce going to the stadium. The episode, in terms of it repeats a lot. From the Cameron being lost with Ash episode, and then he battles Marlon. That's how it felt like. First half they go to a place, and the second half is a battle, right? I feel like Cameron had a better treatment in the Marlon battle than Marnie did here, and I never cared for Cameron to begin with. Like Gengar just eating Grimmsnarl in the end, like, going Kirby mouthful mode, like, that's not strategy. Gible biting the Shadow Punch of Dusknoir, that's strategy. I like how Gengar smiles in reverse, like how it's basically reverse of what Marnie does. And the battle being a 1v1 just fucking sucks, man. Like, 1v1s can be great, don't get me wrong. Noland with Articuno and Palmer with Rhyperior proved that. Even in late game, 1v1s can be good. But the context matters too. I don't like the Hapu battle, because it's a 1v1, even though it's her first trial as a kahuna. The How, it's an atrocity. I just feel like someone in the battle committee, they spin, the wheel from Greta's arena in Battle Frontier, when they spin the wheel and the number of the dots, it's how they decide the battle. That's how I feel that they decide these battles nowadays. I like how Dazzling Gleam counter shield the Max Snooze. At least they learned from that bullshit of Lucario just blocking the key strike instead of bamboozling with double team. But that's not a much improvement now, is it? Like, I enjoy how the power up wasn't the decisive factor of the win. It was a support and not the solution. However, it makes the end very anticlimactic. Like, Gengar, back then, he was a glass cannon. He took 2 hits from Pokemon, and now, because the plot demanded, I think that Max Soup had some nutrients, like, it's basically, winking at the audience. Hey kids, eat your veggies, you'll get strong, right? Like, bruh, eating a soup isn't training, isn't development. It's like, eating a soup isn't development. It's taking a meal. Collecting mushrooms isn't training. It's going to the supermarket. Like, bruh, it's mid as hell. 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I said this in the reaction with KG. I said, with Gengar.
Piers is a literal plot vehicle for
mind.
Marnie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ty.
I said that because I guess it's supposed to be Gengar's episode too. He has to share it with Marnie. Who has to share it with? I was gonna say who has to share it with Pierce.
Who has to share with Team Yell?
Who has to share it with Team Yell? Who has to share it with Ash's progression? Who has to share it with the Ashwan? But
It took me a second.
poor Ashwan, right? Character development.
At least he has more screen time and consistency.
Yeah. No, the best part of the episode was the kid with the lollipop.
My point being, this fight and the 1v1 thing and the way they sectioned it up, it's very clear what I see they were trying to do. They were trying to do the 1v1 fight so that Gengar can get another number up on his imaginary battle scale that people do on Twitter. You know, that thing where this Pokemon's won this many fights, so it has to be valuable regardless of the fact that it probably played an assist role in knocking out another Pokemon, or one Pokemon weakened it so much to where, like, this Pokemon came out and knocked it out, or this Pokemon ended up winning this fight because of a different strategy or something. You know, other variables that people usually don't count when they make these damn rankings on fucking Twitter or YouTube, right? Those. It's very clear they made this secluded as hell so it can be a 1v1 fight with Gengar versus Grimmsnarl so that there can't be any adjustments to any other Pokemon's wins or losses. Because they knew damn well if they put Sirfetch'd in this fight and it got its ass kicked, people are already pissed about it, but people would be more pissed about it. And they knew damn well they couldn't have Pikachu and Lucario get their asses kicked. And Dracovish wins his fights off shits and giggles, so I'm not even gonna, like, fucking put him up there. They did it so that Gengar can have his +1 on the win meter. So that when people post this shit on Twitter, they can say, oh, look, Gengar's got value. Look, it beat the big, giant, dark fairy thing that one time. See? It's valuable. This episode told me to tell you that. See? But that's my side comment. That's my aside as to why this episode feels so disingenuous in terms of how the battle's set up.
It's telegraphed to be a pity victory.
Yeah, it was to make Gengar's imaginary number higher. It was showing you a congressional. This is what story does when it's going lazy and goes, yes, this is progression. Something is happening. Please believe us, because we have the show has no other value other than this.
All right, then. I think we all got our inputs out of the way for this one.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we should probably go and take this opportunity to wrap things up for tonight, why don't we? So I want to thank everybody who had joined us here for tonight's ramble. I want to thank our buddies here in the call, Curl, Nessa, TSS, Tyrone, and to our friends who had left earlier ago, Emmy, JPR. Thank you guys all so much for our support and for everything you guys done. Thank you for helping us even get up to 70 viewers. I saw the number went up to 71 earlier ago, so that was really awesome to see.
It actually went up to 73.
Really? And for my screen, it showed 71 on this side.
Yeah,
so.
but actually on the official on the stream, it actually said 73 on the actual.
Nice. I guess it took a while to update on the stream manager. But yeah, the point is 70 up viewers. So thank you guys all so much for your love and support. If you have yet to do so, make sure to follow us here on Twitch to be notified whenever we do go live here on the channel, and keep up to date with our PokePod shenanigans. We absolutely would love your support all the way, chat. You guys have been absolutely killing it this year, bro. We've been loving it. Thank you guys so much for that. So let's go and wrap things up for tonight, why don't we? So tomorrow, Legends Arceus is coming back again for another session with the DLC update that just dropped, or well, not really DLC, more so version 1.1.0 now being dropped. That means new core concepts, as well as mainly focusing on trying to complete the main secondary storyline is underway, I would like to believe. Or maybe we'll still continue bullshitting around, who knows? But you guys will figure that out for yourself when we get to it tomorrow yeah. So Tyrone, I think you're going to be doing that too, correct?
Yep.
Alrighty then. So moving along from that, we also got, for me on my channel, on Wednesday, we're going to play some more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Thursday, whose turn is it, Tyrone?
We're doing Monster on the Rise.
What?
Yeah, it's March. We're doing Monster Hunter now.
Did you get the game?
Yeah,
Really? When?
today.
Oh, you just waited till March 1st to get the game?
Yeah, for Wednesday.
Thursday. Wait, Wednesday?
Thursday, yeah. For Thursday. It's Thursday, sorry. For Thursday.
No, I mean Wednesday we could still do it. Did you finish your thing on Wednesday, those? I mean, we could move it to Wednesday.
Yeah, no, we're doing it on Thursday.
Okay. I only say that because I was hoping I would have gotten one more multiplayer thing, but that's fine. We'll save that for the future, though, when it becomes that point. So, Thursday, though, Monster Hunter, ladies and gentlemen, with Rise. Wait, we're doing the PC version, right? Or Steam? Or Switch?
PC.
Oh, gotta go buy that game, then.
What the fuck? Wait, what?
I have the Switch version.
Oh,
Terrell has the Switch version.
Oh, okay, then we're doing the Switch version then.
But, I mean, if we have to buy PC, well, I'll totally do that, too, because, I mean, higher fidelity graphics.
Yeah, we'll conference about it later. But
yeah, we'll talk. We have days. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. And then, of course, Friday, reaction night. We're going to be reacting to the new opening and the episode at hand. So make sure to tune in for that. Tyrone, what about you?
I don't know what I'm doing Wednesday. But
I'll figure that out. Hunter.
Yeah, because I had a weird, so the visual novel ended last Wednesday, and I didn't know when it was going to end, because most people don't know how long that game actually was, because it wasn't that even that was kind of new. I think just a lot of people hadn't played it. So I didn't know how long it was, and then when I thought it was, I thought I was going to have to do a part this week, it ended. And I was like, oh, shit, well, it's over now. So, I don't know, surprise game on Wednesday, I guess, and then Thursday, Monster Hunter Rise. And then Saturday is going to be the round table. I don't know what topic is going to be on yet because we're out of the month of Valentine's Day. I think the round table is actually going to move towards the Yu-Gi-Oh round. I think actually, for Duel Monsters March, I'm going to be doing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So in addition to Monster Hunter Rise, I'm going to be doing Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Monster stuff. So that's Monster March, pretty much. It's going to be monster themed. And Pokemon kind of follows that category too because, monsters. So yeah, and then obviously on Sunday instead of Persona, we're gonna be doing Final Fantasy X. So, which is more monsters. So yeah, monster themed.
Alrighty then. What about you, TSS? What you got this week?
All right, so we have Persona 3 Fest on Dub Part 36. So this is the second part that we're doing. That it has to be in the answer. So we already are on the answer. I'm almost about 2 hours in, and I already died like 6 times. And this is a pretty because basically it's hard mode. It's hard mode, and we're going to have to get through it. And that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be Part 6 of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix PS4. We're going to probably do Olympus Coliseum and some other stuff. I think I actually forgot to give Merlin the torn page. So I probably have to go back to Traverse Town too. And then maybe we'll get Hollow Bastion, but I got to see because some folks have been saying, oh, I got to be level 50 to get to Hollow Bastion. So, but we'll see what happens. But that's at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturday evening because we have to plug Terrell's channel, The Insane Game Freak. That's Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. He's doing a 100% Proud Mode run. So check that out. That's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.
Alrighty then, so let's go and call it a night then. I want to thank everybody else for joining us here tonight. I hope you guys had a fun time in the stream, and we're going to go and call it a night. So thanks again, folks, for coming on through, and we'll talk with all...
And once again, folks, if you want to follow us, the down below, you're going to see all of the links to everybody's channels and social medias.
To Twitch,
and also Kuro Blitz, just to, Kuro, please plug your Twitter thingy.
Yes.
Yeah, Kuro Blitz 96 on Twitter, Kuro Blitz on YouTube. I might do Gen 9 videos. I might not. Who knows? Time will tell. But I'll be around.
Yeah, you'll be around.
And that's where people can find you.
It's Pokemon. We want to have fun, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that's where people can find you.
They can find me on Twitter on Nani4587. There, and then also I do have an Instagram because I've been practicing drawings more, so it's under Lolly4587 if you want to take a look at it. So,
okay. Yeah. Excellent.
All right then. So TSS, would you mind giving us the magic words, please?
Wash your fucking hands, please.
All right, and with that, we call it a night. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll talk with all you lovelies later in whatever video we make. Take care, and as always, have yourselves an awesome day. Bye, everybody.
Buenas noches.
Oh yeah, we gotta start doing.
I'm speaking French, damn it.
Caramba!
Buenas noches.
Adios. There you go.
Oh, fun little fact. Well, got a
After
fun
the
little
stream's
fact.
done, or
Yeah.
should we save this for the stream right now?
Oh, it's still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
Okay, so not really a fun little fact, but a stupid part of my past. I thought that Vominos was Bominos. Like, boom, bye. Like,
Oh, Bominos.
as a kid, I used to think it was Bominos, like B-O-M-B.
Damn,
No,
bro.
I know.
Dora was
It
ruthless
was-
then in her song. Come
No.
on, Bominos.
And while we're on the mishearing thing, on PBS in the early '90s, there used to be a sponsor plug for the Helena Rubinstein Foundation, and the line is supposed to be supporters of outstanding children's television. I thought they said supporters of standing children's television. Like, what the fuck did what happens if I want to sit? How about the people are sitting?
Yo, ass ain't watching the program. Get your ass out of the goddamn children room, man.
Exactly.
All
Have a
right.
good night, folks. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Have a good night, peeps. Bye bye.
Yeah.